Fam, thank you for choosing to watch this episode of Mind the Mic podcast. Before we get into it, though, I need you to hit subscribe. And not just me, the whole Mind the Mic podcast family needs you to. Maddie, Uncle Pete, Stu, Leka, and of course myself, Shubz, and anybody else that's on board by the time you watch this video, we need you to hit subscribe. If it's your first time here, I understand if you're a bit reserved and you're like, I don't know, watch the video and after subscribe if you want to. But if you're here and you're watching all the time, subscribe. It's not that hard. All you got to do is, if you're watching on your TV, you're like, I can't subscribe, I don't have an account. You have a phone, don't you? I know you have a phone in your hand right now. Grab the phone, create a YouTube account. It takes a couple minutes, and then you can subscribe. And when you do that too, hit the notification bell so you can get notified every time we put up a new episode. I asked this of you because we put in so much time. We've done hundreds of episodes. We plan on doing thousands more with as many amazing people as we can. But we need you to subscribe, fam. Big love to everybody that's been watching. Big love to everybody that's been supporting and anybody that's just arrived. I hope you enjoy the journey, enjoy the episode, and subscribe. Hey, welcome back to another Mind the Mic podcast. I'm your host, Shubz, here with a special guest that I'm really grateful that's here because it nearly didn't happen, but that's my fault. Shout out to the cousin, Joelin Rapana. He's a father, first and foremost, a husband, and a proud poly man, I guess you would say, because not just Māori, there's a bit of kukai in there, bit of cookie in there as well, and who knows what other flavors. We'll find out about those. Played for the Western Force, I believe, even the Titans, and pretty much just the man anyway, the man, yeah, the brother Joelin Rapana, not Jordan, that's the Timu version. That's the real one, Joelin.
Me, that's me. We made it, bro. We're live, brother. It's me.
Yeah.
I'll pay you your invoice later, bro, for saying all that.
Thank you, my brother. Thank you. I'll take it in pork bones, my cousin.
We're doing a bags of flour.
Yeah, those boys, my cousin. Yeah, that's it. 100, my brother. And for people that don't know who you are, my cousin, outside of all the jargon that I just spewed, which was real, of course, can you give us a little synopsis on yourself, my cousin?
Yeah, easy, cuz. First of all, don't go look on Wikipedia for me because it'll come up with, as I said, the Timu vision, my brother. No doubt, bro. I think you sort of struck it right on the head there. Father, husband, bro. My two greatest things that I like to identify myself as. Husband. I've got 4 kids. Happily married, bro. Reside on the Gold Coast. We've sort of been around, bro, with the old rugby journey. Sort of travelled around a bit, and this is, I suppose, from where I grew up and where I was raised in New Zealand. This is home now, the Gold Coast. Other than that, bro, bit of a jack of all trades. I decided later in life to go pursue a career in strength and conditioning, which is, no real coincidence when you've sort of been involved in sport. And if you love training, the only difference is, bro, I'm nearly 40. And so everybody at university study for this career is, not even 20. So I've got kids in there younger than my bloody daughter that I'm having to, do study with, bro. These kids, I'm making jokes, bro, about TV shows. These fellas have no idea what the hell I'm on about. So, it's an education. But that's me, cuz. And love my family, bro. Got a huge family, huge whānau. Like you said too, proud Māori. Got a bit of my mum's part Australian.
True.
Yeah. But delve deep into the whakapapa there, and there's a cool story there about how my mum learnt about her Australian origins. Funny story. She grew up. Her mum, who's quite fair, thought that she was did a lot of whakapapa, a lot of genealogy, a lot of family history, and within our faith, that's a pretty big thing. Anyway, got to a point where my nan couldn't find anything further than her dad's own name, just her dad. And it wasn't until he was on his deathbed. This is going back in the 70s, I think, or the 80s. On his deathbed, he revealed who he really was. This is in New Zealand, obviously. And
is
he
this
said,
your great koro?
This would be my great grandfather on my mum's side. Yeah. So this fella revealed to his daughter at the time. He said, which is my nan. My name's not really this. My name's not Jack Green. He goes, I made that name up. My real name is William Horsell. I ran away from home when I was 14 and jumped on a ship that I believe he thought was going to England from Adelaide. He was in Adelaide and he hated Adelaide. Yeah, and he jumped on a boat, stowed away in the carriage, and I don't think he could handle the distance, and it stopped in New Zealand as the
when he realized how long it was gonna be.
Yeah, bro. He had enough. The bro couldn't handle it down there. Probably stuck.
Gonna be a whole nother couple of months there.
Yeah, bro. And he said, "I'm done. I'm sick of sleeping with the rats, I suppose." And jumped off the ship, bro. War broke out. The bro was, I think he was 16, and just changed his name and went to war. Fought for New Zealand. Came home. Came home and married a Māori lady. And, that's our Australian origin. So my nan was able to do a lot of genealogy, a lot of family history, and so when I growing up over here in the time that I've been here, we used to get a lot of comments about, because we don't look like we're Australian. We're our Ngāpuhi roots run deep in us, bro. We got that olive skin, bro. That caramel complexion. Yeah. And so when someone says, smart remark like, "Yeah, you're not even from here," I was like, "Well, actually, I am. I think it's my pink toe, my little toe. Is from Adelaide."
Hey, still got the blood there. Got the blood in there somewhere. Yeah.
So that's our Australia connection. But that's
and what, there's cookie in there too, isn't there? Or what?
Because there is, and I don't know. Well, this is a funny story, bro. I was living in Perth, right, and I was finishing up the back end of my rugby career.
Perth.
Yeah, bro. Yeah, love it there, bro. And that's where we used to live. And I was playing rugby over there. Anyway, my brother Jordan, he had just been called into the World Cup squad for the Cook Island League team, and they were playing up in the UK. And Jordan didn't know any. He rings me, "Bro, I got a phone call from the Cook Island rugby coach. He reckons that they did some family history, and the Rapana name is very strong in the Cook Islands." And I said, "Oh, did you get picked for the Kiwis?" Did you get picked for the Kiwis? And he goes, "Nah, I didn't." I said, "Well, bro, go play for them." In there, cousin. Get a World Cup, bro. Get a World Cup, man. So off he goes, plays for the Cookies. And that was the World Cup where he dropped the ball over the line against Tonga, I think.
Hey, like I said, cuz Timu version.
That's it, bro. That's eating popcorn, bro. He had the butterfingers. And anyway, he dropped the ball. Anyway, he finished that World Cup. And this is early in his career. And then he came home, and bro, no short of him being home a couple of weeks, the Rugby World Cup was qualifiers were coming up, and I was off contract. Anyway, I got this phone call from the Cook Island Rugby Union. Yeah, right. And bro, no idea. I've never done any connection with the Cook Island.
So you just didn't like
we never raised around.
Don't grow up Cook Island or anything. Just Māori.
Just my old man. Dark hairs, black as the ace of spades, bro. He's no idea about that whole connection. But anyway, he was just they ring me, and I ring Jordan, and I'm like, what, did they ask for any proof? And he goes, "Nah, apparently they've done all their whakapapa." They know what island it's from and everything. So Jordan's like, "Bro, don't look like the Wallabies are calling you up. Maybe you should go have a run." So got my 2 international caps, bro, playing for the bro. Funny story. One of the initiations on the camp when we all met up, we all flew in, as they said that everyone has to do start the drums, the Cook Island drums, and everyone has to do the dance. The Cook Island dance. If you don't know, YouTube it, bro. YouTube the Cook Island dance. Bro, I had no idea what the hell I was doing. So I snuck into the toilets, bro. Bro, YouTube, Cook Island dance. Bro, I
didn't know huckers for that.
I didn't know huckers, bro. I was growing up around there heaps, but I was thinking, oh hell. So YouTube, man, the Cook Island dance, bro. And I just looked at the fella, looked at his facials, followed his hands, bro. Went in there, 15 seconds, gave it everything, bro. They never knew any different, bro. Never knew any different. Thought I was a local, bro. They thought I was a local. The imposter syndrome, it didn't fail me that day, bro.
Oh, too far. I didn't even know it was like that. I thought the mother was like grew up like you knew.
Nah,
it was just Metaki all your life,
bro. Well, since then, because we've done, like I haven't been over. Jordan's been over a couple of times, but since then we've connected with a few whānau. We've been able to make a lot of the connections with the islands. I played the 2 tests, and I was grateful as for it. Still got some really tight connections with the team, fellas that I played with in the team, and
What's
stay in
your
touch with them on
so what's the
social media.
island you fellas come from over there?
Puka Puka.
Puka Puka,
Puka
eh?
Puka, yeah. And it's funny too, because a lot of
And you
the
don't mind those, eh? They're Puka
oh,
Puka.
bro, yeah, Puka Puka. They reckon the old the darker, up in Puka Puka, that's where the dark berries come from, bro.
Oh,
So
geez,
if you ever met
Tupac,
my old
eh?
man,
Black of the
that's
berry,
it, bro.
sweet of the juice, yeah.
That's where it comes in. Sweeter
Oh,
than juice. You meet my old man and you'll know, bro. He's that dark where you see him from afar, bro, and the head shines.
Those ones are unks.
Yeah.
Can you smile at night
Yeah,
time?
that's it.
Yeah.
He's purple.
Purple. No, yeah, because I didn't realize because that's what it was. When I seen I thought, oh, surely the brothers must have grown up with a bit of that. So
Nah, bro, just straight.
but
Māori,
I mean, Maori, don't we all aren't Maori from there anyway? Like,
yeah. I think
originally?
there's a definitely a strong connection there. I know that the dialect. I don't speak fluent reo, but I definitely know a lot of our words, a lot of the way we speak, greetings, that type of thing, and they're very similar. Our numbering is very similar.
Even that
But
thing over in Raru where they got in Rarotonga where they got where they reckon the wakas took off from me.
yeah, absolutely.
It's over there.
There's like a marae. There's a marae
Yeah.
area that's all been flattened out. It's like a dedicated area for that.
Yeah,
Like all of that sort of stuff, bro. Was
because
like
even
really,
that,
really
we grow up and we hear about Hawaii Nui, Hawaii Roa, Hawaii
Waiki
Pāmama.
Pāmama,
Isn't that what that place is called? Avaiki?
Yeah, Waiki. Oh, that's what it's
So like
referred to.
that must be what our peoples was up to talking about. I don't know. I'm just
bro.
like,
I'm just looking for some kumara up there, bro, just to make sure that taking the sweet potato from up north because they travel down. There might be some time left over.
Yeah, I heard a bit of a pūrake, a bit of a story from the Kazi Tynes. I don't know if you know Taina Keelan, brother. He's a musician because like David from Legion Mystic, he rates him as the greatest guitarist he's ever come across, and David is a guitarist. Bro, Taina's gun, brother. And he was when I was a kid, brother. He used to be on heaps of songs, like heaps of verses. Like he was on Scribes Crusade album, brother. He had a verse on there on a song called Stronger. He had a song on there, but like I didn't realize before I podcasted him, he struggled with anxiety and all these things, brother. So he sort of that was the reason he didn't actually pop off, because I remember being a kid and hearing like there was a lot of obviously Usos and all that were rappers there, but he was the first like Māori that I knew that was like actually like had mean bars. I was like, oh, who's this fella? Anyway, I was quoting to him and he was saying that some of the whānau on the East Coast, they got some kōreros from when the Rapa Nui people taught them how to do the kumara and that. So I don't know if there was the Rapa Nui, them people, the East Island.
East Island,
I don't know. Yeah, but there was his sort of story.
There was a movie when I was growing up in the 90s that was depicting a great race that was all about Rapa Nui.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. So I remember that. It was like Hollywood did a big thing about it, but that's how I sort of learned about the East Islands and swimming across the dark-infested waters and all that sort of stuff. Yeah,
well, the people, if anyone knows now, it's occupied, I guess, by Chile today. But the bros went over to Santiago and did a big festival over there, Aotearoa and that, and then some of the Rapa Nui people came and like caught up with them, and then they told these stories about like that they have back in Rapa Nui about them teaching. I can't remember like if it was Whanau Nui or who it was down the East Coast that they taught the how to plant the kumara and all of that, and this is a story that they have over there. That's still
my koro and that used to talk about how they plant in seasons. They plant a lot of their crops in anticipation that other whānau are going to be coming through, and for them to have a bit of a supermarket for them as they travel through the island.
And that's how it was, because it was a great highway, because the people think, oh, we just went one way and didn't go back. Like, nah, like the whole country concept is that's an important thing. You know what I mean? This is my country. Like
island hopping was almost going from like location to location because they need supplies to keep moving. So they have like a smoko stop. Yeah, boom. Well, that's where our local is. Pick up some kite, pick up some whatever, some provisions. There's a safe harbor in there. Those type of things were, we're not dumb because You know, for us to get from there,
wait,
you know, like
100, and this is what I say. This is a big push for why I do this too, cause like we grow up and we hear about Aristotle, Plato, Homer, not the Simpson, but the Greek scholar Socrates. All those fellas are put on a pedestal as some of the greatest minds of their time, right? But our people were traversing the oceans even before those fellas were philosophers,
100,
using the
100.
stars. Like we got some cool stuff to talk about too, and we got some cool skills there. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and there's like I remember a funny thing because like I grew up on the whenua where my marae is back home when I was little, and I remember that they
what's this marae?
Takapūwāhia.
Oh, Porirua.
Yeah, Porirua, yeah, mate, that's us, cuz. So where we were, I remember one of the aunties talking about how out the front of marae they would have almost like a little fish bowl in the ground, like basically a place like a pond of water, and that's where they would have almost like hui or classes, basically lectures, where they would teach people about the stars, because instead of looking up at the stars, you could look into the little pond in the water, and they could, like, you know, with a stick, that's this one here, that's how we navigate here, and they would take a bowl of water with them as they travel across thing, and that would be their map cards, their Google Maps.
Have you seen too? But way before, and have you seen? I've seen some people when they do the voyaging, like old school style. Still, when you leave from Rarotonga and you go straight under, I mean, you follow the bottom of the Southern Cross, you end up at the top. You end up at the North Island, brother. Like,
East Coast, I think, somewhere along the East Coast.
Somewhere in the India.
Hey, but they're not. That's not bad, bro. You know, from they're throwing a dart. Yeah, bro, they're throwing a dart at they're not throwing it randomly. You know, they're fairly accurate, and to think that they've done that thousands of years ago before modern technology, you know. And now we sit here on modern technology, bro, talking across the blooming country on something that's live like this, bro. You know, we're navigators of this era, bro.
Yeah, I know. That's it. We'll take that one anyway. We're navigators. Yeah,
that's it.
But I think it's amazing when you think about, like, those our ancestors, like that's how our bloodlines are strong, and that, you know, even your kurua, your great kurua was a navigator. He navigated his way to Aotearoa in England, mate.
Yeah, the bro knew what was up. He's obviously figured something out, you know. Probably didn't.
So what was his actual name? What was the bro's actual name?
His birth name was William Horsell.
Horsell,
bro. So, I did the old Google Maps.
Was he a brothel man or?
No, that's what I.
I
reckon he would have fitted in out there because his whānau were pretty rugged. They were from they were stockmen or they worked up in the bush. But what I did is I jumped on Google. Like Google Maps, bro, and I googled all the, you know, with the help of like an app where you can find out where the sea star that have already passed on. I was able to find the location, took some screenshots, bro, of where my grandfather's parents, like my great grandparents, are buried in Adelaide, like these old cemeteries, bro. Yeah, the oldest. I haven't been there yet, but I just went on Google Maps and then I like zoomed in, bro. Was able to take like a screenshot of literally got it close enough to where they were, with their burial plot is. For some that might not mean anything, bro, but for me,
but you know, for Māori and stuff,
who I am, where I come from, and where I'm going are the three big things for me in my life to, you know, to know about it, to share with my kids, bro.
Yeah, but even as Māori, we grew up in going to the urupa, and you know, you see all these old people that you don't never ever seen, but their headstones are there, or their mound is there.
Bro, either they're like, for example, my son, my younger son, and my twins, my babies, we named them after my brother who passed away. My boy, I named him after my brother, and my girl, we named after my nan. So, you know, that's another way of keeping their legacy alive, bro, is by naming our kids after our family members, so that, just like that movie Coco, you know, that Coco movie,
the Mexican one,
you know, they're never forgotten, bro. Their name is always on the ofrenda, because, you know, they're always
on the ofrenda.
On the ofrenda.
I don't know that much customer that's on.
But that's a bit of Disney education.
Disneycation. Did you see that corridor about the bro? You know, he's always pointing like this with the two fingers. Did you see that corridor?
No, I haven't.
He's always pointing with two fingers. Apparently because he was a smoker, and they had to airbrush out the cigarettes out of all of like their photos and stuff like that, and then they taught Disney employees to like point with two fingers. So like you know, if someone asked for directions, you go, oh, over there, but with 2 fingers. So they, yeah. But it was always this thing because of like some of the most famous pictures of him. He's got cigarettes, but obviously, through time, trying to be appropriate. Yeah, they had to airbrush it out because he was a big smoker. They reckon too. I don't know if this is true, but they reckon that he because he was riddled with cancer, and then he chucked himself into a bit of a freeze, so they froze him or something, so that if they get the technology to be able to bring him back again, they'll be able to, something like that. I don't know. But and then I don't know if they're here yet, but apparently he's frozen somewhere. I don't know if they're true or not. And then they reckon they created the movie Frozen to take away from his from people looking up about him being frozen. I don't know. Yeah, it's fucking some of the space cadet stuff you see on the thing. I was like, oh, maybe not. Yeah. Well, I think there could be merit in a lot of things, and it could be bullshit. But if you don't ever listen to different ideas, you're just stuck on one. How do you learn? And how do you grow? And how do you see what people are?
Absolutely.
What goes out there? Because if you use your own discernment, I'm sure you can, put it together.
Oh, bro. Yeah, hard. And I think there's the world that we live in today, bro. Like I think greater than like learning a specific skill set to teach our kids. I think it's better to teach them to be open thinkers and to also be able to back their own judgment, man. The world we live in, bro, because it can be a dangerous place. Because my koro, bro, this is before he passed away. He used to like send us all these Facebook scams, but he would tag all the and be like, hey, Joe, check out this truck. We can win this truck if you just send it to Porirua. Oh, bro. Come on, brother. Wait,
someone take his glasses off.
I almost got done recently with the bloody blinging scammer sent me a thing about paying a ticket.
Did you have one up now? Did you already have it?
Oh, hell yeah, I had a ticket, parking a speeding ticket. And they said, oh, you can pay it online on this thing. And I was thinking, so I rang the wife. I was like, oh, babe, I'm going to pay this. Or she's like, you idiots. And I was like, oh, shame. And then I read it again. I was like, man, this is so obvious. But again, bro.
Boy, but they nearly got you because they knew you're technology.
Bro, I'm not easily deceived. Deceived.
And you know what you're up to with the technology.
Bro, absolutely, I'm pretty up to date and current with at least, when someone texts something to my phone.
Yeah.
I think that's what might have got me caught off guard of it, bro, was that he texted to my phone. So it was, I don't know, could have been coming from bloody Nigeria or Philippines or something. Who the hell knows? Who the hell knows?
If you, the king of Africa, the brothers, the brothers. I seen this. They got schools out, brother, like where they teach the brothers how to do that out there.
Bro, yep. I've heard of camping schools, bro. They just basically park people up in a garage somewhere, bro, and they just all buy them all individual phones.
Indoctrinate them, customers. How you do it, baby?
And it works. It works a lot of the time, bro.
Yeah.
You find the vulnerable. You prey on vulnerable people.
So it's how lonely, like a lot of, heaps of these, bro. Some of them too, like the old ladies, but I sort of get it, because they come from a day and age where they just, everything was just that's it. You know what I mean?
Leave your keys in your car.
Everything. Unlock everything. You know what I mean?
Your friends' kids come over, like no need to do a blinging resume check, on their background. It's like, yeah, sweet as, that like I said, I grew up in a community like that, bro, and like my kids, even now, bro, I don't even let them ride bikes down the road. Even though we live in a safe community, I don't want them to, street smarts. I teach them how to be smart, but like they still got to get their lesson on street smarts, bro.
How do you do that? Because how do you manage that, like, for yourself? Like, because you're right, we're in a world where everybody's a lot of people scared too, cuz, and like, because I think you got to have a lot of balls if you want to do stuff like. Especially in the broad daylight today, like compared to back in the days, a lot of stuff used to happen, but it used to get swept under the rug, cuz, you know what I mean? Or a lot of things that used to happen. But like, how do you manage it? Cuz trying to obviously keep your kids safe, but then trying to, because they still got to have a bit of that street smart there. How do you
and I'm not perfect at it, bro. Like I'm definitely working at it with one of the best in the game, my wife, bro. She's the meanest support.
Shout out to wifey.
Shout out to wifey Zeta Raps, bro. She's the real goat. One of the things, bro, is building self-esteem and self-confidence in our kids has been the biggest deterrent for understanding bullshit in the world, bro. Is is build self-esteem and confidence in them so that they understand who they are, and then having them to have the self-respect that they deserve, to respect themselves and to respect others, and to see when something's off. They can tell when something's off, or that fella, things are just a little bit off there, and to have the confidence and courage, well, not necessarily courage, but maybe confidence when they feel like that they can just come and talk to me and mum, because I'm not really as good as a parent as I think I might be. Sometimes the way in which I acted might be just my the testosterone within me as a dad, bro. The keenness and that. Sometimes my kids, I think they'd rather go to their mum, who's naturally more that comforting to talk about things, some of the challenges in life. But yeah, I definitely know with the wife, bro, it's come back for our kids. It comes down to building that self-esteem and that self-confidence.
Yeah, that's
to
beautiful.
protect, to protect them in the world. It's almost like not fighting fire with fire, bro. Yeah, it's like don't go out, not to teach them out there, like to put not to send them on the water and wear a life jacket, more so teach them how to swim, bro, so that they know how to drive a boat. So if they're out there, they can get home themselves, as opposed to, I fall in the water. What do I do now? It's like, no, you got the tools, man. You got the tools.
What happens if you don't have a life jacket, or what happens if their life jacket pakaru?
And I know that, yeah, bro, exactly. And I know that a lot of the, you say life jacket pakaru, like a lot of the life skills that we learned were sort of on the run, bro. That we would have learned back home. I feel like a lot of the kids back home, we learn on the run, bro. Like, yeah, bro. Like we see a scrap going on, two kids, two adults fighting on the side of the road, and then we learn like, oh yeah, don't walk down that road, because that's, like you sort of learn on the go, and you sort of have to pick up those skills along the way. Whereas I think, the world in which we live in now, we can't just be on the defensive all the time. Now we have to play offense as well now, bro. You can't win a game just tackling. We've got to teach our kids how to score points in the game of life, bro. And that's been a big mind shift for me, at least, in my parenting game, bro, because it's ever evolving. Still got heaps to learn.
Life life's a journey. Yes, for like we're forever learning, Kazi, or we should
very
be.
Hard. Forever, life is a journey, bro. I've got 1,000 lives I've lived in.
Yeah, Kazi. Well, let's talk about some of those lives. You were a professional athlete at one stage, my Kazi. How does that come about? Can we
Yeah. Well, I think it starts with the origins, bro. Like where we came from, as I mentioned, Takapūwāhia, Porirua, bro. It's very much like, if you've never been to Porirua, I liken it to like Italy, Milan, bro.
That's it. Wait, that's the best analogy of Porirua.
Don't Google it. Don't Google it. Google tells lies. Google tells lies.
Because do you know how many Porirua people? I think you'll be like one of the 20-something Porirua brother that's been, or sister that's been on here. So many talented breeders come from Porirua.
Bro, you've got the Allison boys, Tamati. I see them on there.
Tamati,
Beretta
Faraimo.
Beretta, he was a Woodland.
Jesse Senelefau, he was from there. Porirua. Jeffrey Tu'umanga Allen, another one. Jeff. Even Toina came from Porirua too. Toina, the one was, he's from East Coast, but Porirua too. Horihima, the Kazi.
Is he from Porirua?
He's from Porirua too, Kazi. Porirua, cuz. So many, cuz.
Porirua, I always say Porirua is known, like you've got, Jerry Collins, Rodney Soyalo, like the Soyalo brothers. Teach, bro. Yeah, we'll get to the story with. I'll name drop later, cuz. But Jeff, and bro. But I say Porirua is known for three main things, at least in my lifetime, bro. It's the breeder of All Blacks, bro. We're the breeder of All Blacks there. We've got, with the boys there that have done really well with that. Home to one of the largest mental facilities, bro. The Kinapuru Hospital. Early, like mid to late 1800s, bro. Government run program there. So you can imagine the sort of interesting childhood that I had, bro. When you see some of the clients that got out. You go to school, bro, and then you walk in the streets with some interesting characters, bro, and you learn those social skills, bro, of how to protect yourself on the quick, bro. And then the other one was, and I don't know, I claim it, bro, is the Mongol mob pad up the east, bro. Porirua East, I think, was one of the earlier, origins of of the mongrel mob. I don't know if they're Hastings or something like that.
Oh,
But
yeah, I think our Hastings Napier Ways, but like I know that there's a one
Bro.
gang town, but there's a one
Bro,
team
yeah,
town.
Bro, the one team town, bro. It's all red or you're dead, bro. Like that, you know, there's a couple other things in there too, bro, that people forget to mention, bro. We're the home of the peanut slab, cuz. You know, the home of Whitaker's chocolate.
Nah, bro. I said this on our stream the other day. I was talking about because Nigella Lawson, you know that auntie. You seen that ad she does?
Yeah,
it's made from the finest cocoa from Porirua, New Zealand. And
bro, not a cocoa tree to be found, cuz. Plenty for who to tell.
Few cocoa ngatis, though, eh, my
That's
it, my
bro. So we grew up there, bro, Porirua. And I suppose because my old man's from the Northern North, my old man's from Moirua, Maramaku, just south of Paihia there. He came down, married my mother, who's bro. Tupac made it down, cuz hitchhiked his way down, bro, with a plastic bag and his handles. Yeah, bro. 16 came down to us. Came down to us. I think he was 16, 17. Asked his father-in-law now if he could marry his daughter, and he got the old bro. Go do some growing up, bro. Go do some living. Go get a job or something, cuz. But he turned out to be all right. Did
they meet up in Moirua?
No, they met at boarding school, bro. They met at boarding school because my old man.
We know what your old man was trying to board.
Oh, bro, that's it. The only thing he was boarding was a bit of rugby in his lunch, bro, and checking out the wahine, bro. Look at it, you know. So he met my mum. He met my mum at boarding school. The boarding school was is Church College of New Zealand, no longer there, bro. Big Hamilton, bro. That's it, bro. So my mum was sent up there because she grew up in the faith, but my old man, his older sister, took them in when they were sort of like around, he was about 10. Some of us, the bottom half of the siblings, there's 12 of them, I believe, and about 4 or 5 of them went and lived with their older sister, who married a Going, you know, the great Sid Going, Brian Going, Ken Going, a big Mormon family. So my auntie married into that family, and my dad.
Church College was where you're going, yeah.
Church College is where you're going, bro. And so part of that is that you had to go to church, had to join the church, and so early 80s, the old man, or 70s, whatever, late 70s, the old man joined the church, went to boarding school with his brothers, and met my mum. Anyway, he ended up hiking his way down to Porirua and tried to ask for my mum's hand in marriage. And then my koro said, boy, you go on a mission, go get a job. I'll give you a job. He owned my koro in car yards. He was quite entrepreneurial and and stuff.
You Māori?
Māori, bro. Bro. Ngāti talk strong, brother. That's it, bro. Yeah, so he went on a mission, my old man, and did his 2-year service. Bro, he was, funny enough, he back in the day, the Wellington mission was called the Christchurch mission. It covered all the Christchurch, South Island. Basically from Wellington down. And then the Auckland mission covered all of the North Island. And so my dad, you know, like he didn't grow up he wasn't entrenched in the Mormon faith. You know, he hadn't had all those conditionings that you go through when you're in a church. But
he was going so he could get his mumsy at the end.
He was just looking for the treats, because he was just doing the mahi for the treats. And so he ended up doing his service. But he went back home, put his assignment papers in, as you do. You put all your applications in, and he got assigned to serve in the Wellington mission, which is Christchurch. So he basically went back down to where he was living with my mum and her family, and he was a missionary down there for it's normally 2 years, but they had an 18-month mission, and then finished that. Bro, he got the shortcut, bro. He got the half pipe. Came home and then the bro.
That's what the aunties do, yeah. The aunties do the 18-month.
They do the 18-month, cuz. So now you know I think there was like a window of time in the 80s where the numbers of missionaries going out, they allowed them to do an 18-month service. So the old man went out. Anyway, came back, got the prize, bro. Got my mum. They got married, and we were raised there. But my old man's always been a bit different, bro. Like, you know, he's always been a go-getter. Like, never been one to be motivated, self-motivated, bro. Always talk to himself, cuz like I train with fellas and I work out now, and fellas hear me talking to myself. Yeah, they call it. I heard they call it manifestation these days. I heard they call it positive. You know, because Eli Rapana was doing that back in the day, bro.
Just stop my dad.
And then he would call you out, bro. He would call us out. You know, we're 9, 10. You're 9, 10, 11 years old, and we're going on runs with him, and he's like, "You're soft. I got you. I'm reeling you in like a pig dog." I'm 9 years old, bro. Bro, people will wonder, like, why are these guys all so competitive, bro? You don't even need to look any further than our old man, bro.
Oh, man.
Bro, I could guarantee you this afternoon, I'll go down to my sister's gym where we train at CrossFit, her gym, and my old man will be there, and he'll say, he'll want to have like, "Oh, is that us? Come on, let's go." "Why aren't you training? Who's your training kids?" You know, because he's just all about that life. Like, you know, he'll live till he's 100, bro, with a bad heart and a bung hip, purely because of up here, bro. And he just talks it. Bro. So to come from, I know we're sort of sidetracking a bit off my story, but like to come from where he's come from in the hood, bro. You know where he's come from in the hood, bro. Way up there, in Motown, Tunatown, Maramaku, Hamilton, down to Wellington. Bro. Well, so he's actually from the Rapana side is from Rotoiti, bro, down in true. Bro, yeah. And so and his dad was buried where I believe where his mum was from, though, out on the coast, out Kawhia. So we've done a fair bit of whakapapa and genealogy into that, because, as I mentioned, knowing who I am, where I'm from, bro, is a big part of my identity. Dad moved down, bro, and he's just different, bro. Like you know what New Zealand's like, bro. 7 o'clock in the morning, it's still dark, bro. The bro was up at 4 in the morning, running the roads, bro. You know, running in the hills, bro, in his meatwork gumboots, bro, and the white meatwork gumboots. Running the hill, bro, with his swan dry singlet, the itchy singlets, bro. Like, they come down around your bum. The shearing singlets, bro. The old man was doing that like way back, man. And then you'd come home and it'd still be dark, bro. Then we'd look out, because we lived right in front of the awa, bro, right in front of Porirua. And so the old man would be jumping in the water, having a swim in the freezing cold middle of winter, and then go up to my koro's house, which is next door.
Old school Wim Hof,
I have an ice bath out the front now. I've got an ice bath that I've got out the front of my house, and I've got a sauna in the house. Yeah. Bro, my old man was doing saunas and ice baths way before it was cool, bro.
Way before Instagram make us.
Way before any of that stuff. And that's why I crack up, because I'm like, these clowns are like, Eli Raps was doing this stuff, bro. He was doing positive affirmations. He was,
You're going to get all Eli Rapps on the podcast.
Bro. No, you might think I can talk, because that fellow will talk your ear off till next year, bro. You might need to get the old, we got an extension on this thing, or we got the batteries run out. The batteries run out.
Uncle, my internet's playing up hours.
Bro, to see where he's come from, they literally were raised in a shack, bro. Like his nan used to have a house that had dirt floor, and newspaper as the wallpapers, bro, on the corrugated iron with the fireplace, bro, and the one bed. And to see what him and his brothers have created, and his sisters, bro, like my dad's sister, who was raised by, or who went to live with, her and her husband owned Clark's Coach Lines, the big bus service in the north. My dad and my mum, like very, very successful, bro. A lot of them
very entrepreneurial,
very, bro. Because what I think is, when your back's against the wall, like I grew up in a very cotton-born environment, having everything I needed and more, bro. When you grow up without it, you're a hustler, bro. My old man's he's a true blue hustler, bro. My koro, just natural born hustlers, bro. Like they just get after it. And so the old man saw early, I think, because he played rugby, high level rugby, Premier Rugby in Wellington.
What position was he?
Centre. We only breed centre wingers, bro.
That's it,
We're the Māori version of Fijians, bro. We only
Hey, Jordan's the fullback, cuz. Don't forget about that.
That's it, bro. The old man says we only breed outside backs, bro. That's why the genetics are for running, bro. So the old man saw early, I think, the progression of professional rugby in '96 and where it was going, and then just other opportunities of what Australia could provide. And I believe him and mum had talked about potentially going to America and pursue, like big dreamers, bro, just big dreamers. And that's not common for someone in Porirua, bro. That's not common.
Well, because a lot, even just back home, brother, when you go up in these small towns, all you know is that whole, like, that's your your world is that, and you're like, I'll protect this street forever, bro, like, 100. And then you leave and you're like, what the fuck was I up to?
Bro, Tangere Drive, Ngati Tor Street, where I grew up, bro. Like nothing's changed, bro. You know, just a new coat of tar seal, bro. That's it.
Yeah, that's it.
You know, the houses haven't even changed. All still got the rundown weatherboards, bro. Everything's. So the old man and mum, I think, you know, they were successful in a way, but they saw early. You know, they had 6 kids at the time, and they just saw Aussie as a bit of a promised land, bro. So they packed us up, bro, and you know, there was also things like the threat of gangs, the threat of, you know, childhood trauma that my parents had been through in those communities, and they wanted to give us a fresh start and not have to grow up around some of those difficulties, I suppose. So the old man, bro, mid-90s, he came over and
what's it, like 96, 90, what, 95?
Yeah, 96. So when professional rugby started, he came over and so we lived in Porirua still. He just came over and was trying out the whole construction boom and where it was going. And his trade was, he'd always been involved by driving trucks or doing construction work. Came over here and quite early picked up a really specific trade in shotcrete application. So it's in the mines, they do shotcreting in the tunnels where they spray the tunnels. The old man, we do manual shotcreting. So we hold it on our shoulder or hold it in our arms and we spray concrete walls. So he came over and was specializing in swimming pools. He learned that trade pretty quick. And then basically, bro, like, and this isn't like a fluid.
Pretty smart there on the Goldie, straight to the Goldie.
No, it was in Melbourne. He was in Melbourne at the start. Like, he came over and Goldie. Bro, that's it. And he saw early there's a trade here, there's a lifestyle, and you know, after bouncing around, we went over and back a couple of times, but we ended up settling over here back in the early 2000s.
Oh, true. So back in the 40s,
we went back, So we sort of came over. Dad was working away. We then moved back to New Zealand, and then Dad came back to New Zealand, and we moved back again. And all that I'm in and Aaron, we ended up back on the Goldie. Settled where Dad and Mum sort of pursued the whole, let's go get a truck on our own. And
so were they that time, because when they like with the and Aaron Bouncing, like was Mum and Dad still together through that whole period?
The whole time, bro. Just hustling, bro. Like, so because my mum owned salons. My mum had 2 salons. She was a hairdresser.
Fucking auntie on the podcast, dude.
Yeah, bro. Very the old man. Weapons, cause like, they're killing it, bro. They're doing really well with their businesses, and the thing is that they'll never talk about it like that, bro. They're the most giving people because that's all they learned from my koro is, well, you know, when you've been given much, bro, you too must give, and that's the law of reciprocation, right? You give, you give without caring, bro. It'll come back to you. You know, and my parents lived that, bro. Without
wanting to get back either, my cousins. Some people give for us only because they're like, I'll give here, I'll get a bit of this here, like.
That's why I don't like those Instagram reels where people like go around, you know, prying on people that don't have much and like have a feed, and they're like, here's $500 or here's this.
It's
my koro, I literally remember one time, bro, we were sitting at a dinner table where my koro was pretty well off when he was killing it in Porirua, and he was doing quite well in his business at the time. And I remember being a little kid, bro, and I remember a fella saying that we were walking along, and we had dinner with this guy, and he had a hole in his shoe. He's a missionary, you know, and he'd been out walking. He was from the States, and he had a hole in his shoe. And I remember my koro took off his flash like loafers, bro, because my koro he was a gangster, bro. He used to dress like a mobster, brother. And then bro took his loafers, flash, Florsham loafers off, bro, and gave it to this fella and goes, here, boy, you fit these? Yeah, wear this. And that's the sort of person my old man is, my old lady, bro. I've got to learn. I'm still working on that, cuz. But my Jordan, Jordan's the same, bro. Like, you know,
the team move, brother.
Bro, the team move, brother. He can afford to do it now because he gets those for free. So when people see, you know, he gives away his boots or gives away that, like, you know, he genuinely does care about people, and that was a trait learned from our parents, bro. And the old man packed us up, moved us over. That's in our
people too, though, because you know what I mean. Manaki tanga,
bro. Manaki tanga hard.
Because I even think about that too, because when I seen days, you know, especially when they do the homeless and that, because like I traveled a bit, cousin, I've always like gone and sat down and had a kai with like, you know, if someone is homeless, get a kai, have a yarn, because some of the best yarns are some of the homeless brothers and sisters.
Yeah, hard.
I was a kid too for a little bit, you know what I mean? So I know it was like, but even like America, cause even in like countries like that, I didn't even, you know, like France and that, they don't even, but I don't know, parlez-vous français here, cause so like I sit down there and have a bit of a kai with them, and have a yarn, you know what I mean?
Absolutely.
And then maybe they just fucking, you know, not speak English or all goody, you know, just.
But you
don't need a recorder there.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
don't need to record this
You know,
shit.
they all know what hungry feels like, bro. You know, they might not. You don't need to give them the money, but you can buy them a kai, bro, and a bit of time.
brother.
You know, because time is the thing that we don't give back, and that when you're giving time to someone, you know, that there is what I believe is of most value. But my old man and that, bro. Yeah, they got us over here because I believe they saw a bigger picture. There was more.
So
things.
6 kids, or it doesn't. But there's more than. Isn't there more views? Or
Yeah, bro. So we came over with 6. So I got 2 older brothers, and then myself, and then I think Jordan might have been the youngest. Oh, just the one younger than Jordan. When we moved over. Yeah. And then so Jordan, the one just younger than Jordan, Saban, he's my boss now, bro. I work for him on the pump. My younger brother. Yeah, so but a humbling there, cuz, but a humbling to listen to the younger brother. So he the younger one, he was the youngest when we came over. And then mum and dad had my sister Taz, who plays for the women's Aussie team in the Origin and the NRL. So she's the only one that's born here. She was born in Tweed Heads Hospital. And so when we came over, bro, it was pretty humbling, like very, very humbling, because we'd gone from what I would consider sort of like middle socioeconomic, middle upper class, you know, koro and nan never, because my grandfather used to drive, he was a car salesman. So he always had flash cars, and we always, you know, had feeds on the table. To moving here, I just remember the initial feeling of moving to Australia, and I don't know what it's like for other whānau families or when they come over, but I just remember feeling isolated, like like a lone island, like because I'm used to going outside my door. I'm used to going outside my door and go next door to have a feed if there's no food at home. I'm used to, like, you know, being sweet to ask my teacher, who's my auntie at school, if I could, you know, like get a ride home. To a point where we're in this country, bro, everything's foreign, don't know anybody, and just feeling like the only people that we have to turn to are each other. And that's why I believe me and our siblings, we're all really close. You know, we go on family trips now together. We try to anyway. We're not a perfect family, bro, but we're very close because literally we spilt blood together, bro. Like those loving ties have kept us tight, bro. Like, yeah, some of my siblings piss me off, bro, but like,
that's the whole game, man.
If they call me, or if I call them like I did last week because I need something or they need something, or you know, we're bro, done. You know, like that's that whole blood is thicker than water thing. You just get it done, bro. But
that's also from your parents too, like you said, your foundation, which was your parents, your koro and nanny, like they set that standard, yeah.
Yeah, well, we're like of the 10, like I don't, you know, I don't call them stepbrothers or anything, but my mum and dad adopted 5. So 5 are to mum and dad, 5 are adopted, yeah. But I never say that because that puts a preconceived. Yeah, but for me, like, bro, I didn't even know my older brother was adopted until I was like 10, and I was like, oh, how come he's so short and we're so tall? Bro, how come that fella's got massive ass calves and we've got skinny ass little legs? How come that fella's got thin, like, you know, Asian-y hair and we've got like thick whanau bush hair, bro? Like, what's going on? But yeah, you know, sussed it all out, bro, and that's what it was. We
solid.
You know, we were adopted, and like they were.
Is he the oldest now, brother? Is he the oldest?
Yeah, the two older ones are both adopted, and then myself.
That's pretty cool,
bro.
Oh, but not you, eh?
No. Yeah. So I'm to mum and dad. Jaylee, so 5 of us are to mum and dad, and you can tell all the ones that's to mum and dad because we all got those eyes, bro, and we all got the nose, the no haircuts, the 5 head. And for some of us, the receding, bro, we're receding early. I think Jordo's receding pretty quick, bro. That's why he's growing the fringe out. But yeah, so
put it on blaster.
You haven't seen the younger brother, bro. There's one 10 years younger than me, and he's because he's
the person's got a half a head on it. It is what it is. It is what it is.
Those genetics.
What's that? The old man, has he got those ones happening too? Or is he
bro, he does. The old man's got he started receding early, so he just shaved his hair off, bro.
When do you reckon you should, cuz? When do you reckon, like,
just shave it off? What I say, bro, is if it's going, bro, just embrace it, bro. Just embrace it. Just, bro, just take it all off, cuz, and just be the be the most ripped up bald fella, bro, that you can be. Be the meanest looking bald fella you can, bro. Just grow a mean beard or a mean mo, because that contrast, you know.
Yeah, contrast. Yeah. No, but you know when the brothers are holding on and it's like they got the one hair going over the middle. Oh, God. Let it go, Mike.
You know, when I see that fella, he's playing for you know that state of origin back rower. You know,
he's there.
Kafusi. When he's got the mud, he's got the little.
He's got.
Just embrace it, guys. Just take it off. Guys. Lean into it, brother. Lean into it.
Cuzzy.
Make peace with it, bro. It ain't, you know, Jesus can perform miracles, bro, but he ain't working with it, cuz. Just embrace it, bro.
The bro closes his eyes.
Put a hat on, bro. Put a hat on.
Yeah, put a hat on, cuz. Yeah, shout out to our receding brothers out there. Yeah,
right. So that's definitely in the pipeline for us, I believe, our whānau. But yeah, I just think our old man was just way ahead of his time, bro. And my mum got us over here, and quite quickly we're very devout AB supporters, bro. Wellington Lions, Canes men. We're from the catchment. So like we only supported the Canes.
Nearly.
Yeah, nearly, bro. Nearly. We'll get back there.
This one I didn't get there either, but we didn't get it done. But we got the Hurricanes anyway.
Hey, bro, you got the Canes. You got the double.
No, I got heaps of Fernangas because they all Hurricane supporters. Like heaps of my uncles, brother, and bro, they rub it in all the time.
They will, bro. They will.
Some messages because that morning. Hope you got your handkerchiefs ready enough for your hanky chiefs. But anyway, I didn't even care that we got that we didn't get the dub in the final because the Warriors got smoked by so much. I didn't even care by the time that was on.
Give me a sec, guys. Give me a sec. I just got to answer this real quick. I'll be back.
Yeah, so you're athlete, cuz.
yeah. So getting to Aussie, we only knew rugby, but rugby league was quite strong, you know, here on the Gold Coast. And like when you look across the geography of rugby league here, like that's way bigger than rugby union on the Gold Coast. So got identified early, bro. Identified by a sports school and by a rugby league club and the Bulldogs. They just saw me playing junior rugby league, and started going to those camps. You know, get invited to the camps. Now I know you've had bloody. Did you have Matt Giddo on here one time?
No, but down. If you
want to, you had some Tamati. You had a few Tamati.
Oh yeah, Jeremy Paul on here.
Yeah, Jeremy Paul, bro. Yeah. So you've had fellas that have played hundreds of games, bro. But the first time, bro, this is exclusive for you, where you've had one guy who's only played one game, Cass. One game.
One game, Mark.
On the master of one Super Rugby game here or there, bro. And I never grew up wanting to play Super Rugby. Essentially, I always wanted to be an All Black, like everyone does.
Yeah.
But when I came to Aussie and I sort of immersed myself into the rugby league world, bro, everything just turned to league. I just wanted to play for the Bulldogs.
What was your team? It was Bulldogs.
Bulldogs, yeah. That was the Dogs of War era. So it's Nigel Buchanan, the meanest era, bro. Like
Marco Mealy,
bro. And so like I was totally infatuated by the Bulldogs era, bro. Like, in fact,
SPW coming
too. Here comes that name drop, cuz. Here comes that name drop. Okay. So when I signed with the Bulldogs, I remember the fella. His name was Mark Hughes. He came up to our house.
Yeah, Mark Hughes.
Mark Hughes. He was the development officer, and he sat down at our dinner table, and he goes to me. He goes, we've seen plenty of talent. You're not the best that we got. We got this fella, Sonny Bill Williams, and I was thinking, bro, I'm sitting at my dinner table. Who the hell, Sonny Bill Williams? Who the hell? I was like, firstly, who calls their son two names, Sonny Bill? And then I was thinking, I was like, the Sonny Bill Williams guy. And then, so that's the first time I'd ever heard his name, bro, was from Mark Hughes.
At your dinner table?
He come to sign me on my little $5,000 scholarship thing, so I don't get snapped up by the Bronx or whatever. And so I'm thinking I'm like, bro, Sonny Bill, I'll smoke this guy. Bro, I go down to the Bulldogs. They fly us down. So I played Junior Origin, which is under 17s. Yeah. Fly down to Sydney, and I'm doing some rehab with the Bulldogs. So they take me to the house. There's a house that they put all the players. I'm like 16, bro, 17. Bro, in my head, remember, I'm thinking, Sonny Bill Williams, who's this guy? Bro, they take me into the house where all the players have been, like, where they put them in their rooms and stuff. and they're like, oh, okay, come in here, Joel. We'll just introduce you to some of the young fellas. Bro, this is like, like I said, 16, 17. Open the first door, bro, and there's this ginormous human standing in front of you, bro. Look like an avatar, cuz like ripped up, bro, Adonis, bro. Like if you could sculpt a perfect looking physique, bro.
Yeah.
And like I'm standing there looking at it, bro. He's bigger than me, ripped up, lean, bro, good looking cat, bro, and had long hair.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah, long hair. And I was like, bro, this dude. Bro, I was like, oh,
did you know that was Sonny Bill when he came in?
No. And then he goes, oh, Joel, this is Sonny Bill. Bro, I was like,
oh yeah.
Bro, I was fully amazed. And then when they told me he was like just a year older than me, I was like, bro, surely he's on the steroids. Surely he's on the steroids. What the hell? Bro, because you know, I got an old man who's crazy about training. So I'm thinking, I'm training my ass off, bro. Yeah. I do not look like you are. Bro, that's when I knew, bro, God gives genetics to some people. Like, he was, bro, what you see of him, like, yeah, he's worked hard. Bro, he's been that since I was 17, bro.
True.
And I don't even know what he was like before that, but they reckon he was a freak, like just a weapon. So when I met this dude, bro,
he reckons his brother was better here.
Bro, yeah, he reckons John Arthur was better, bro. Like, and I met John Arthur was there, like his brother, like, bro. So in that room, Sonny Bill and this fella Falinga, who didn't really go on to do much else, but he was like a weapon, bro. Next room, Nate Miles.
Yeah, was Thurston around there too?
So Thurston didn't come down till later on because I think he was with, at the Broncos for a long time, and then he last minute switched to the Doggies. But bro, yeah, in the house there was like Nate Miles, Daniel Conn was in the house. You know, the fellow, good looking fellow does all the F45 and did all that. Bro, all these weapons, and I'm like, I just sort of knew where I was on the hierarchy, the pecking order. So I knew like, I got to go home and put some mahi in, bro. I got to go home and put some work in.
Yeah.
But grateful as, bro, like, I don't know if anyone's ever felt this, but I definitely know that I did. When you've got like big expectations around you, when you're, everyone's telling you that you're going to be something special, and you start to believe your own press, all that shit, and you start to, so I started believing that I was going to have the career that Sonny Bill had. Yeah. I genuinely believe that. And, so I went away, I started making all the rep teams, Australian schoolboys, Queensland schoolboys, which then was sort of like adding fuel to the fire, like to validate that, you are going to be that next guy. You are going to be the answer to Nigel Vagana when he leaves, and I'm thinking, holy,
I can see a bit of Nigel Vagana in you too, cuz
bro, if I could mold my game around anyone, it was between him and Clinton Torpy, bro. Like, bro,
two great Kiwis,
two the greatest, and like Torps lives up the road now here on the Goldie, and I've crossed paths with him at times and that, and like to see how their careers have gone. Like, I really did idolize a lot of those guys, and my career sort of didn't pan out the way that I really wanted to, and I think that was call it coincidence or whatever, or that's the way the cookie crumbles. I believe that it was meant to be for me to be the person that I am today, and to walk the journey of life, to help the people that I do, to understand and to connect with the people in the level that I can connect with them through the mahi I do and the work I've done. It could only be achieved by not achieving that. Like I can't have the same grasp with
fire burning now, cuz bro,
like I used to say things like, and I used to make fun about it when I'd speak at high schools, because I used to do a lot of public speaking with my mahi when I used to teach at the trade college. I used to say, like, has anyone here got a dream? Has any of you had a dream so much you believed it to be true? And they all put their hands up. Well, I had a dream, and I thought it was going to be true, but then my best mate stole my dream. And my best mate, Sam Perrett, played 14 years, in the NRL. Gun. I spend almost every second day with Sammy now that we're retired. But like, he never stole my dream, bro. He just was living. He lived his own. But I'd make light of it. I'd say, you think it's worse? After my best mate stole my dream, my sister, my brother steals my dream, and Jordan has the 10-year career, and then not rub salt in the wound, bro. My blooming sister is a 10-year vet in the NRLW. She steals my bloody dream. So I used to make light of it, bro. But the truth is that I believe that, call it the footy gods or whatever, sometimes I believe, Jordan never had aspirations to play in the NRL.
Oh, true.
No, he was just happy just to pump concrete, bro, and play golf, surf, and and the footy gods answered his beckoning call and whatever it might have, his talents. And so I believe that, everything does happen for a reason. I suppose it's a bit hard now because I can't really think of it any other way. I'm pretty much Sixth Street, bro, because that's how I got to think of it now. But again, like the work that I've done, and as life's evolved, and as the onion layers of life has unfolded, I've realized that by me not playing and not making it to those levels, but going through the journey and going through all of those levels, having tasted it, bro, and been on the top of the mountain for a period of time, I know what it tastes like. I know what it feels like. I know what's required for it to be pulled out from underneath me. I relate to more people than if I did stay up there, than if I did play 100 games. I'm more relatable, and I can empathize with people because I haven't necessarily done all that stuff that they have.
Oh, that's like you and Paul Kent, my brother. Same.
Yeah.
One game.
One game, bro. That's it. I used to get down on that, bro. Like coming into the NRL, like I went, finished school. I was the first, I believe, guy to publicly make it known that I'm leaving an NRL contract to go serve a 2-year mission. And for my church, and that was that's Takapūwāhia boys, bro. And it wasn't normal, bro, back then, but it was normal to me because I saw my dad do it, my koros do it, my uncles and that do it.
Oh, so it wasn't a hard decision for you at the time.
No, it was always what I was going to do, bro. So like I could look at the things I've done in life, like maybe if I didn't go, I would have gone straight into the system. But at the same time, I'm like, bro, I'm a man because I'm a man. That I am today because it's my faith and the experiences that I've had that have helped me to shape me to who I am. So I'm a better person because of those 2 years. And then coming home from that experience, I was signed by the Bulldogs, but the Bulldogs gave me a release and the Titans took over my contract. Yeah. And the Titans were brand new. Now, I don't know if you're familiar, but when they start a new franchise, bro, there's lots of hype around it. New players, all the rock stars wanting to come to this club. They all want to move to the new area.
Especially Goldie, not too bad area.
Goldie, not too bad, bro. So a lot of guys that are on the way out, they just want to come here and they want to retire here. So I had some pretty stiff competition, bro, going in. I was signed on like a measly little retainer contract. When you say contract, it sounds like it's big money, bro. No one's on big money when they sign in the NRL. Like you get more money packing boxes, bro, at Coles. Like some fellas are like working night jobs, working security and still training full time. So I went into my first year of my contract, bro, living off noodles and having my parents pay for my rent, bro. So, here I am thinking I'm going to go home and buy my parents a house. Well, they already owned 3 at the time, so they didn't care. They're looking at me like, please, boy, you just get yourself on the feet. You just make it happen for you. So, straight into the NRL system, bro, and I spent 2 years grinding, man, and just playing reserve grade for Burleigh Bears. And I got to a point where
what did that teach you, like going through that and having to, sit under Burleigh Bears, or when you're like, wow, bro, I should be out there. What did that teach you?
There was a sense of I had a sense of like I was entitled, like I believe, like I should be doing this, this should happen to me because look at what I've done in the past, and I hung my hat on a lot of my former merits. This is all subconscious. I never spoke about this. This is sort of like me, like you should be picking me, bro. Like I'm the best centre,
I'll play better than these.
But really, like I'm putting up, I'm wanting $1, $100 contract, but I'm putting up a 50-cent effort. Really, I'm. So what it did is it sort of indirectly taught me a lot of patience. It taught me a lot of resilience to like just withstanding emotional blow after emotional blow. Where like every Thursday they pick the team and they'll name the side, and if you're not named in the side, you go back to the reserve grade Queensland Cup side. And so like every Thursday, bro, was like, those experiences when you're a kid in primary school and they're picking a team to play bull rush or tiggy and they're choosing which ones they want. And that anxiety of being a kid, like, I don't want to get picked last. Or, I want to get picked on, I want them to choose me. I went through that every Thursday, bro. And because I never had the assurance or the comfort or security to know that I was the best and that I was in the picture. So I was always going back to reserve grade. And after 2 years, bro, I couldn't handle it. I literally couldn't handle that mental the trauma of it, being a good little blimmin' entitled boy of getting everything he wants, like whatever I've had in the past. So I asked my agent, I was like, just get me out of here, bro. Get me a contract. When really I should have just stayed because I had another year. And, and then the next year it unfolded that a lot of the players left and whatnot. I should have just stayed, bro. But
was Jake Webster there then?
Bro, Jakey Webster,
bro. Jake on the pod, brother.
Webby, bro. Like get this, bro. Like I rock up to preseason training, bro. And I'm Māori boy, bro. Like I just rock up on whatever you get for free, free sports, free shit, bro. And I remember rocking up, bro, and I was wearing running shoes from like, I don't know, like they were free pair, 2 years ago, like whatever I got. And I rocked up and like, cause I'm on a rubbish ass contract, like I don't have like flash gears. And I remember Jakey Webster see me and he just come fresh off the Kiwis tour.
Yeah.
Bro, he was a Puma athlete, so he had all the Puma gears. And I remember he was like seeing me, and this happened a couple of times in my career, bro, like where fellas just see me and they might have felt sorry for me or something. And he's just like, hey, come up to my apartment after. So I went up to his house, like, bro, I'm buzzing out that Jake Webster wants to hang out, And then we go to his apartment, bro, and then he just like, bro, throws me boxes of Puma gear. He's like, what are you size 11? Yeah, bro, here, boom. And bro, like, I haven't crossed paths with him in years, but like, I'll never forget that Manaki Tanga, bro. Like, I've got heaps, bro. You can have some young buck. Bro, gave me those, and that's how I got my first ever sponsorship with Puma. I was rocking Jakey Webster's gears. Guys like Preston Campbell, who was with Puma as well, gave me some running shoes, and then Puma started like approaching me like, hey, you see you wearing our gears, and I was like, yeah, I got them from your boys, and then they're like, oh, you send your care package, and I started getting free gears. So always grateful for those guys and those experiences, bro. And then 2 years, man, I couldn't handle it. I thought I couldn't handle it. I was just being a pussy. Threw my toys out of the cot, bro, and asked my agent, get me out of here. And after a bit of negotiations, bro, like I was, I'd looked to go to Cronulla and a few other clubs that were struggling, looking for centres and wingers. Opportunity came up in Super Rugby. And remembering, like, I'd never really played rugby since I left Porirua. Yeah. I wasn't really like a sort of a finished rugby player, I suppose. Like I'd sort of turned to league quite early. Super Rugby came up and it was the Brumbies or the Western Force. Now, I'd served 2 years as a missionary in Perth.
Oh, and WA, yes.
Yeah. So I was like, WA, baby, I'm on here. Like, let's get back there. And when I was a missionary there, I'd seen all of that, the hype around the Western Force. I'd seen Mitchell, signing the coach, Nathan Sharp, signing Matt Giddo and Drew Mitchell and all these. I'm like, bro, this team's going to be mean, Saw their uniforms. I bought the first jersey when it was unveiled as a missionary. I was like, bro, this is my Aussie rugby team I'm going to support. So when the opportunity came up to sign with them as like a rookie on this apprenticeship program, I was like, Yoza, get me there. Just get me there. And so I fly in, bro. I signed with the Western Force. A little backstory on that. When I was playing reserve grade for Queensland Cup for Burleigh, and bro, I remember I knew that these rugby teams were looking at me, but I wasn't certain that they wanted me. So my agent rings me and he goes, hey, you're playing a TV game on ABC. Just go hard. Just go hard, bro. Like as if you're on display, like it's you're playing for a spot on another team. So I went out there, bro, and had a real shit preparation. Like the bus broke down. We did our straight, like there was no water bottles filled. Like, bro, it was rubbish. And we get to Ipswich, which is out of the hood. And bro, I have a blinder, bro. In the first half, I think I scored like 3 tries. I got shifted from I think I was named on the wing, but I moved into the centres. Scored 3 tries at centre, bro, in that game. Half time comes around, have a shocker in the second half. So I come off the field, bro, and I'm thinking, bro, I've blown it. The emotional highs and lows again, bro. Bro, my phone is like, I get off the thing, my phone's like all these messages from my agent. Ring me now. Ring him up. DJ, what's up, bro? And he's like, Raps, you won't believe it, bro. The Force, they want to sign you, brother. They want to sign you. And I'm like, I just played shocking, bro. And he goes, oh, check this, the grace of the good man upstairs, bro. He goes, oh, no. The coach, they're playing the Reds today, and he was watching a bit of ABC, and he saw the first half of your game, and he said, sign that kid.
Well, man, did I watch the second half?
He didn't see the 3 tries I let him, bro. He's just like, I said enough, sign this fella. Bro, so the next day, bro, literally it was a Sunday, drove up to the hotel where the force were, bro, and I signed with them. Yeah, bro, I signed with them. Yeah, bro. Bro, the thing with that imposter, bro, the imposter, like, what else, bro? Straight off that, they believe I'm this like rugby prodigy that I grew up playing rugby. Bro, I played, under sixes, bro, whatever. My agent's talking about, bro, straight away. Last game against Ipswich. The next week we play Sunnybank, and then I fly to Perth, bro. Get to Perth, and then we're off. Fly to South Africa. Bro, fly to South Africa. It was like I was there in Perth for like 2 weeks. We do this training thing, like this preseason thing, off to South Africa, bro. And bro, I'd never experienced anything like it, man. Like Newland Stadium, so we played against the Stormers. And, bro, and I couldn't believe it when they named the team, bro. I was starting. I like they must have been really desperate, or I must have been the man. Bro, started, and I don't know for the rugby nuts out there that do a bit of history, bro. That was the year that Bryan Habana left the Bulls and signed with the Stormers. So he was the left wing. I'm named on the right wing. So who am I liking? Bro, one of the world's greatest wingers. Bro, come from playing out of Ipswich. Come playing from the Ipswich Reserve, bro. So talk
like
about
how long between Newlands and
the
last
game
on
bro,
when you
like maybe like 4 or 5 weeks. Bro, hard, eh? So bro, no amount of YouTube can save you on this one.
Not for Havana,
Not for Havana, bro. I knew straight away. The thing was, bro, the thing, when you're like, how they say when you go through, and you go to war, when soldiers go to war, they don't rise to the occasion, they fall to the level of their training.
Yeah.
Bro, when you got no training, cuz.
You're falling the long way.
Where does 142, bro? Where does 142? Bro, so this was me, cuz. Bro, I had to call upon the powers of Eli Rapana, bro, the old man. I had to call upon the power of self-manifestation, brother. He ain't getting around me. I'm not man. I don't care how many tries he scored in the World Cup. I've got the power. I'm gonna smoke.
I don't care that you equal Jonah Lomu's record in the World Cup, pal.
Bro, I was like, surely, like, I was asking questions the whole time, bro, to myself, like, surely, John Mitchell, bro, he's not a dumb dude, I know plenty of Kiwi fans don't like him because he dropped Christian colours,
because of the All Blacks.
when it was the All Black thing. But bro, he's a smart man, and I'm thinking, sure, he's not that dumb that he's like, just throwing me in with this dude. Surely he must know something that I don't know. And I was like, you know what, bro? I'm here. I'm here anyway,
Go, baby.
And the beauty of it, though, bro. It wasn't for him, I suppose. It wasn't a official super game. It was a preseason. The preseason games.
Oh, true.
Yeah. So like, because how Super Rugby start at different stages. So it was at the back end of the year, but it was the end of Queensland Cup. So I just boom, signed, gone. So we went on this preseason tour, and bro, get up there, whatever. We name the team, and I'm doing all my video review, like looking at his rap sheet, and the cheat sheet of like what he's done. And they're like, bro, how like you play like.
What were some of the tips? How are we going to contain the bro?
I had no strategy, cuz. I had no strategy. You know what my strategy was, bro?
What's that?
Intimidate him, bro. Intimidate him. Just walk out there, bro. Just lift the shoulders and pull the chest out, bro, and just eyeball him, bro. Just give him the old, where you at, boy? So I started doing stuff, bro. Out of like when you have plan A, plan B. Because I went to plan Z. My plan Z was intimidate this fella, because intimidation was
your last resort, eh?
Last resort. I'll play social, those street smarts. I'll play that game on them, bro.
Yeah, I'll take him back to Porirua, baby.
I'll take him back to P-Town, bro. Yeah. I don't care how many caps you got, boy. If you play something from Porirua, brother.
Yeah.
Hey, boy. So, bro, chest up, shoulders up. Whereas I started doing that, that niggle talk, like when they're in the tackle. I'm coming for you, boy. I'm coming for you. Bro, I started like name dropping, like, I got you, boy. Nothing, bro. Weak, stuff like that. And I remember my teammates, they would have been like, what the hell are you doing?
Bro, it's just the preseason now, right?
bro, because I remember I'm quite new. Like I don't even know some of the players in my team don't even really know me. Like I don't even really know. Like so, I'm like, but all I'm trying to do, bro, is is trying to spook him by just like speaking it out loud, like speaking it out, like I got you. I'm coming for you, bro. You can only take me on my outside. I've watched too much video, bro. I've seen the video. Bro. Thankfully though, brother. Thankfully, there was like he did a little short side break. I don't know if it's on. You probably find it on YouTube's own, but he did a little short side break, and I remember coming in off the edge and just making a tackle and wrapping him up, and I was just like squeezing him so tight, bro. Like, don't embarrass me. I want to start the season. I want a match payment, bro. I need the match payments. Bro, I need those matches, bro. So I remember just like squeezing them so tight, and the bro was like, "Good tackle," like tapped me on the shoulder. And I was like, oh, he acknowledges me, And then and throughout the game, like I played whatever half of that game. I scored a try in it, bro. Like I was pretty stoked. I did a crossfield kick, and one of the bros put me away under the sticks. And after the game, we had a little after match function.
Yeah.
And bro, I remember going up to me, and like when you're bro, like for me, bro, because like I had been putting on this persona like of this like intimidating, like we went, boy, we went, bro, because I'd been like faking.
You're doing like you did to Jordan when he was a kid.
I'm like, bro, what did you say? Bro, the Eli Rapana was coming out of me, bro. So bro, literally, as soon as I saw him upstairs in the thing, bro, I went up and I gave him a big ass hug. I was like, oh, bring it in, brother. I remember it was like, wow. Oh, congratulations, man. And then, bro, one of the crack up things was he's like, so Jolie, my boy, because everything's my boy, eh? My boy.
Yeah, my boy.
Jolie, my boy. He calls me Jolie, my boy. Jolie, my boy. Where did you come from, my boy? Where were you playing your rugby? I was like, oh, bro, I came from rugby league. He goes, rugby league. Ooh, that's a villain sport. That's a villain sport. Bro, I was like,
you're thinking you're a good villain too.
I was thinking a good villain, bro. He didn't know I was a good bullshitter, bro. I was just the whole time.
I was scared. I was like, oh my god.
Bro, I remember I was like, should I tell him that I'm scared he was gonna burn me? Nah. Keep my poker face. Keep my poker face. Bro, I saw this fella, bro. I'm sure he read straight through me, bro. He's like, this clown. Yeah, this clown, acting all tough, eh? Yeah.
But it makes sense, cause like, what do you do when you go from, like you said, for the imposter, where you felt like I'm not even meant to be here, cause I'm being by luck.
Bro, literally, what else am I meant to do, bro? I got nothing, bro. I couldn't call upon my
I can hear you, cause keep going, cause I can hear
you. Yeah. I couldn't call upon my bloody, my under 16s training of rugby or whatever. I couldn't do any of that, bro. Like, and even that, bro, there's not enough depth there to counteract the weight of dealing with one of the world's best players.
One of the
greatest, bro.
What would you say? Like, you watch probably a bit more Union nowadays, but you watch like All Black. Who would you say? Like, he would have to be in the top like 3 wingers of all time.
Top 3 wingers of all time, bro. Like, especially with what he done in that I think it was the 2011 World Cup. Like some of the things that he's done, bro. Like those top try scorers. Some of how he broke games open. Him and Jonah, bro. Like they had done some ridiculous stuff in their time. But yeah, he's definitely a world-class out-and-out winger at that world stage, bro. Yeah. So for me to even comprehend, to think that I could hang with him, like what the hell was I thinking, bro?
And he had won titles too, Super Rugby titles, stuff like that.
Bro, he had won it all, like Curry Cups and that. Yeah. And I remember looking at my inside man, and like I had Ryan Cross inside me.
Oh,
Ryan
Cross, another league.
Another league. Bro, Sam Harris, who used to play back row for the West Tigers and Manly, was second 5. Bro, Brett Sheehan was all leagueies. So yeah, we're all leagueies. So Brett Sheehan had played at the Broncos. He was our halfback, or there. So I'm like leaning on my leagueies. I'm like Crossy, but that those indirectly like trying to call out the fella from what he's about to do by like talking to your mate, like Crossy, I need you. He's coming. And Crossy's like, shut up, bro. He's not even coming. What I'm trying to say to him is indirectly trying to say to him, like, don't come here because we got you. We're playing the game within the game, bro.
Just trying to trick the bro.
Trying to trick him, bro. Trying to play.
I probably wouldn't even give a damn. I'm coming anyway if I want to.
hard out, bro. And and that's how I pretty much lived my rugby experience, bro. I went from that because I heard of, Sonny Bill when he did his conversion and came over from league. I've heard him talk about it before. Read it in his book. He mentioned that it was like a total new world. Like he had to relearn new skills, and I was very naive. Like I thought that because I played league at a fairly high level that I could just adapt, bro. I had never tackled. Excuse me, I'd never tackled someone around the legs, bro. Because in league you hit the chest.
Yeah.
So I'd never done like a low rep focus. Chop legs, roll away so that they can get a good early place or whatever, and then you can get a clean out. I'd never done that sort of stuff, so I had to relearn how to tackle. Bro, I had to learn how to pass the ball, cuz you talk, like Will Chambers, all of us, because we're centers, we only offload on one side with the backboard. So we've never, all the fundamentals of like catching and passing, tip-ons are all good, but like long pass distribution, and hands to the target of where you're going to go, like executing those from a midfielder point of view, bro, I had to learn all that. And I believe, kicking game, bro, I had Daryl Halligan was our kicking coach, and he was just taking us through all of that stuff, bro. So I had to relearn all these new things in a preseason, bro. But you look at our team, bro. James O'Connor, like Rabbit was still there.
Maybe I'm so good, like, because he's still young. He's only young, really.
Like he's still going now, bro, at the Reds. And then, bro, he was a leaguey. He was a leaguey, bro, too. Yeah, he was a leaguey, and he had an innate, like, super high confidence in himself. Like when I met him, like,
so not the fake Bryan Habana got you confidence, like the real.
No. He actually was the real deal. And like he had went to a private school where he had those years of honing the craft of a rugby player, but he never really was like a specified position. He was sort of like an outside back, fill in anywhere you could go, center, wing, fullback. That's why I never really felt like he found a position. Like looking at his career, like he only sort of has become a 10, but he played fullback, wing, now
all over the place.
But back then, bro, he could tackle the lights out, bro, not scared, didn't care, like would run it out of his 22, chip and chases on every time, like mindset. But like just that self-confidence. And so like when I'm teaching or coaching, because I've been coaching in the past, with young players and whatnot, I try to tell them, bro, it's better to have a high level of confidence than it is necessary to have a high level of skill, because confidence comes from putting in the, stacking the 1%ers on doing the work. You don't just naturally have confidence. Some people do have a high level of confidence, but that comes from, I believe, self-esteem. But confidence in a particular thing comes from putting in the work, layering it, and then through the results of what you've done and the efforts that you put in, you sort of can lean on a foundation of confidence because it's there. And that fella there just naturally, and with the work that he'd put in, came in at a young age and could do it, bro. Verified by coaches who gave him positions in the Wallabies, started him in Super Rugby, and then when he got on there, bro, he just went out and lived what he already knew in his head. And comparable to my story, I didn't have it. I had nothing in there, but my brother Jordan, bro, stacks of confidence, self-confidence. So whether he was going to be a professional skateboarder, surfer, rugby player, or golfer, he will deliver on all those, bro, because he has put in the work, plus he has a high level of personal self-confidence already, stacked with all those things, layers, and that's where you get like people who go out and they just play like they're in a flow state, bro. They're not thinking about it. It's just part of who they are. Whereas I'm out there.
Because your brother fully plays like that, like the bro just even to be honest, cause like some of the things I'm like, fuck, the bro was like, that's a bit unco, but it worked. Like what I mean, like.
What are we doing there?
Yeah. Like just.
Bro, there was a game. There was a game years ago, a couple of years ago. There was a game where like the ball turned over, and he was playing fullback. He just scooped it up and did a chip over the top. This is like on first tackle in rugby league. It's like a forbidden. So he's like 5 meters off his line, scoops it up one hand, chips over, catches it, runs off, gets about to get tackled, boots it downfield. They keep running, and then fellas are like, "What the hell are you doing?" And he's just like, "I saw it was on. It was on." And then the coach blows him up, but the coach is just like, like, what am I going to blow him up for? He like, if he sees it's on, he's the man and he gets it. And that's the thing you can't take away from people like that. Jordan included, James O'Connor, whatever, Quade Cooper.
I don't give up to Acres, even in some of those like chipping when he's going to dive in the corner for a try, like for a ball that's nearly out, cuz like the very
he will compete to the bitter end, bro. He'll compete when the game is over. Like he'll compete till the other person doesn't. Like that's the thing, and that's my old man, bro. That's something.
Eli, brother. Hey,
Eli, cuz. Yeah, bro. The old man, bro. He's still out there now, cuz. He's still out there now. He turns up on the job site now. We're spraying concrete, bro. And he's, hey, give it here. I'll show you. Here, like this. I'm like, bro, you can barely climb in the pool. You can barely climb in the pool. I'll falling over the pool, bro. Like, hey, give it here like this. Hey, like this. Hey, like this. Hey, see, like that. Easy. Hey, fella's making it look hard. He's in flow state, bro. That's why he's in flow state.
Yeah, that makes sense. But your career, because when do you get your from that Bryan Habana experience? When do you end up getting your game?
Bro, my first crack, and I suppose the only one with the force at that time was February 2010. So the force kicked off the season. We had a fairly regular squad. We had played a couple of games, but then they'd already played a couple of games. And then I remember I was just sitting at home, bro, just go through the normal routine of training and whatever, doing the whole time professional rugby thing. And then, John Mitchell called me. I saw Mitch's number. No preempted thing. He just rings me and he goes, Raps, what are you up to? I said, I'm just at home. And I knew something was up because,
Where's home at the time?
So I was living on Pearl Parade, bro, in Scarborough. Yeah, Scarborough. Yeah. So off the West Coast Highway there, just overlooking the Rendezvous Hotel. So we were right there in Scarborough. Sorry.
Yeah, that's where my son was made.
Bro, I love that. Yeah, it's a beauty spot there, cuz. I love that area. So I was there, and phone call comes through. Yo, answered it, and he goes, I want you to call your family and let them know that we're going to play you this week. And I was like, oh, pardon? And I double said, what do you mean playing this week? And he goes, oh, you're going to make your debut this week. We're going to bring you off the bench against the Hurricanes. And I was, bro, Hurricanes man, Lions man, Porirua native brother, bro. And I was like, and in my mind I'm thinking, hey, but it's an away game. We're playing at the Cape Town. And I was like, he goes, yeah, we're taking you with us. You're going to come with us to Wellington, and we're going to play. Bro, my koro nanny lived in New Zealand. Everyone was still in Porirua, bro.
Did the old come back for it there? Go for it.
Yeah. So my parents packed up, bro. They flew up, but they were living on the Goldie at the time. So
yeah, of course.
And I rang my dad, and bro, I was just over the moon. I was like, because although I had never had ambition to play for the Western Force, like I never grew up wanting to play for the Western Force. I always wanted to play professional sport, rugby league. I remember, and I don't tell people this too often, but whoever listens is going to bloody hear it anyway. But in 2005, when I was sort of entrenched in this rugby league thing, I remember seeing on TV, on the news, they announced that they were going to have, that West WA was going to have a professional rugby team. Mm-hmm. And I remember sitting there looking at the TV and watching it. And I remember this specific experience. I remember saying to myself, man, if I ever get an opportunity to play rugby, I want to play for that team.
True.
Yeah, I remember. That's not a bullshit.
So are they still your Aussie team today? Because
I still support the Force. As struggling as they might be and the things that they've gone through, it's not really the Force that I knew. But I still support the Force, and I still support the boys from WA. Still got a lot of good mates like Hodgie, Matt Hodgson's still there working. Good mates, Justin Turner, Dane Haley-Petty. They all still live over there in WA, running their own gyms. It's an awesome spot, bro. I loved it. They gave me my opportunity. Yeah, bro. So, that 2010, fly to New Zealand, bro, and I run out the Cape Town.
That's crazy.
All my cousins from the park, all my little hoary cousins that are my age that I grew up with, screaming from the bleachers, bro, we made it! We made it! Bro, I'm like, yeah. Bro, I'm doing the warm-ups, bro. I'm doing the leg swings. Hey, you get in my leg swings. Bro, I was buzzing, because I grew up around, in Porirua. We were staying at the hotel across the way from Te Papa, and Te Papa where it is on the waterfront there. Bro, and I'm looking out at Te Papa and I'm like, this is my home. I did kapahaka at the Michael Fowler Centre. I grew up, in Porirua. My dad used to work for the city council here in Oriental Bay. I used to drive these hills around Miramar with my dad. I know my dad played for Poneke in town at Kilburnie. So I belong. If I'm going to debut anywhere, right here is where I'm meant to be. Bro. That's on my whenua, cuz like this is my home. And so, cool thing about that experience, other than having my koro and everyone there, and my mum and dad in the stands.
Oh, the car salesman, that koro, he was
Koro. Yeah, bro. Yeah.
Is he still around or
he passed away, bro, 5 years ago. Yeah, he passed away, and but his one of his first coaches when he was playing was Murray Mixted. You know the Murray Mixted, the famous his old man, his dad was my koro's coach. So Murray Mixted was the commentator of my game, bro. And he gave a little bit of a whakapapa in there, bro. He's like, Joelin Rapana hails from Takapūwāhia, you know, Ngāti Toa. Like he gave a little name drop. But the cool thing about that was at the Force at the time, I got to meet one of my cousins, who is blood cousin from Takapūwāhia, but grew up in Aussie as well. His name's Pekaho Cowan.
Oh, Pick.
Yep. So Pekaho's mum and my mum are cousins. We're all from Ngāti Toa. And so Pick was in the team, and he was an established Super Rugby player. You know, he was. I think he might be even one of the most kept Western Force players. But he was there, and he was a Wallaby, and you know, so he was able to take me under his wing and say, "Cuz this is what's going to happen in the warm-up." You know, like all these little micro details. Because when you come on, you got to bring energy. You know, all this sort of stuff. Because I'd never come off the bench at any game. I'd always started. So all of those little micro habits of being a professional. Because when this happens, blah blah blah. So I was really grateful to have Pick there, another fellow Ngāti Toa Kazi, both playing, you know, so we got to go on the radio and we were talking all that stuff about how we're from Takapūwāhia, and now we're playing and we're applying our trade over there. So played my debut, got my 20 minutes or whatever. We got a hiding, bro. We got a hiding, but I ran on as if we were winning, cuz.
Well, you was winning there, bro. And then
I ran on.
Let's go, Betty.
I remember running on there, bro. I remember running on. I subbed on, and I believe the winger I was marking.
David Smith or no?
No. I believe that the winger that I was marking was Jose, which was one of my idols. Which is one of my, was one of my rugby idols. He's a good mate of mine now. He lives up here in the Gold Sunny Coast. But at the time, like I was trying to.
What a player he was, though. What a player
man,
he was.
Talking about that avatar look when I saw Sonny Bill, bro. When I saw Jose for the first time, I'm like, oh my. The Lord does bless some, bro. It doesn't bless others. He was an awesome dude, bro. Like he was really, like he's been you know, there's a few connections there with the whānau, but like he was awesome for me. He helped later on in my career, he helped me. But I remember running on and seeing him on the field, but everything was a blur, bro. Like I hit a few rucks. I think I like made a couple of runs from the back of the, you know, a few ruck and mauls, like, but did bugger all, bro. But I just like one thing I do remember is the ball came out and I try to seal over a wide ruck. You know, you seal over it to pick your ball, and you know you like seal over your man and you're like eyes up to see any threats coming to come smoke me, bro. The predator, bro. Rodney Soyalo was bro. I'm just thinking like I feel like a little boy at the stage. Like what the hell am I gonna do with Rodney, bro? Rodney's, and he's just in his mind. He's like, bro, just hair going everywhere, just stomping over, and I'm thinking, shucks, I'm bracing myself, bro. And all the washing machine cleanouts, how they do? They just like lock you up and then they just roll you straight off the ball, bro. I just succumbed to it, bro. I didn't even bother trying to like. I just leant into it, bro. Take me, brother. Take me.
Take me back to P-Town, my brother.
Take me, bro. And I remember when he rolled me out, like he locked my head up, and he did. I think it's an illegal move now.
Yeah, neck roll now. Yeah,
bro. He came in, ball, locked me up, and then he rolled me away, bro. He must have thought, this fella's the easiest roll out to clean up. I willingly gave it to him, brother. He was only 40 points down anyway. I wasn't doing much in 10 minutes. So I rolled out, and I remember lying there, and I remember he was like, you know, had me in the clinch, and I remember I tapped him and I said, "Thank you."
One of the heroes there.
I don't know what to say, bro. I was like, "Thank you," and I remember he was like, looked at me and he's like, "Yeah," and I ran off, and I remember I ran to my first five. He was a young fella debuting. He was the same as a rookie. And I ran to him with my roommate. His name was Stefano Hunt, and Steph Hunt, and he was debuting on the same day. And I ran to him and I was like, "Bro, Rodney cleaned me out." And he goes, and I remember he goes, "Yeah, he made you look like a bitch too." I wanted to tell him the full story, like, oh, bro, I don't know what to say, so I said thank you. But I was done. I was done. He goes, yeah, he made you look like a bitch, dude. I was like, oh, sad guy.
Sad guy.
But I was like, bro, but if you're gonna get
like
cleaned
this.
out, bro, if you're gonna be a bitch to someone, bro, Rodney Soala is not a bad choice.
Yeah, but and if you think about it, cuz like you said, this whole full circle moment, cuz you grew up here, you know what I mean? Your whānau went over to greener pastures first, you know, to try and give their whānau an opportunity. Your brothers, your siblings, and
bro.
here you are, cuz back in the same spot with one of Porirua's finest, giving you the
bro. And that's the thing, bro. Like I at the time I was thinking, like what a moment, what an opportunity, how grateful. But it really was. It's like I don't believe that was any coincidence, because the way in which my life has gone now and the networks that I've made, like I still lean on a lot of those networks. I still lean. Like for example, like I never knew that within a few years, I was going to leave the force. And then I'll be back in Porirua playing club rugby for Puneke, my old man's club, trying to crack the Lions, sitting on the bench for the Lions, playing Hurricanes, Bees and development and stuff like that. I never, within like 2 years. So I'd gone from that to then playing with within that 2 years, I was back playing and I got named in the Hurricanes development side, right? And we were playing against Tonga in a game with all of the Hurricanes players that don't get much game time and all the Bees players. So, bro, this is no shit. This is our back line. I looked at the paperwork. TJ was our halfback.
The name drop you said you're gonna say.
Yeah, right. Yeah. TJ knows because I used to pick that. We used to pick each other up for training. Knows to drive him in his little Corolla. So TJ halfback. These are all academy players at this stage, bro. Remember that? Yeah. Bro, first five was from Taranaki. His name was Beauden Barrett. Bro, what the fuck am I doing in this team, cuz? Because I've gone from playing Super Rugby to come back to play ITM. They picked the development side. They put me in it. I'm the only player that's come from out of catchment. Like I come from Aussie.
But I was born in this catchment.
But I was born in Centre was a fella called Richard Buckman. Bucky.
The Barracuda.
Bro, the Barracuda. I'm on one wing. On the other wing was I believe it was Jules. I believe Julian Jules was still at school. We had just finished school. We had played 20s. And our fullback was this fella, Jason Woodward, who ends up playing for England. He's played at the World Cup for England and played for the Canes and that. Bro, and then I look on the bench and we had fellas like Samoa Sevens player Tomasi Aloseo, the Proctor boy, Matty Proctor was on the bench. Bro, I'm starting. And I look at this, ABs.
His little brother?
Little brother just made the ABs. Yeah, bro. So I'm thinking like, how privileged. And bro, and I was like, again, I scored a try in that game. Like I had a good game, like played well. Went back to ITM, sort of didn't get as much success there. But like I ended up like Jose, established All Black at the time, helping me out with wing play, how to, where to stand, all that sort of stuff. Got to rub shoulders with him and build relationships with Jules and when Jules was quite young, and remember going to watch his brother play, bro. Artie, the great Artie Savia, bro.
Yeah.
He was playing, bro. I went and watched them play school footy. I was like, bro, this fullback's mean.
And he was fullback.
He was fullback, bro. And I was like, he is mean, like bumping dudes off, like shrugging off props and that. Yeah. Not like in a good comp, bro. He was playing first and things like big comp. I remember going and watching under 15s comp in Wellington with the Lions, and I remember seeing this huge ass number 8 address. It was Nelson Asofa Solomona. Like, bro, like he was like 6 foot bloody 10 then. I'm like, who's that huge unit out there? And they're like, nah, the Lions aren't letting him go because he's going to rugby league with the Storm. Bro, like, so I like all of these little connections, like that I've made. I suppose one of the highlights of that, and I've spoken on it before with a friend about the All Blacks. It was a 2011 World Cup year. Yeah. So at the end of the season, the All Blacks needed to have some tackle pad holders, they call them, bro, here's one of those things about falling down a toilet coming up with a gold watch, cuz. I get this phone call. Raps, what are you up to? oh, nothing. Season's over. ITM's over. I'm just going to play some club rugby.
Who's calling?
The manager of the Lions.
Okay.
Lions manager, and he goes, well, we need the All Blacks are looking for about 4 or 5 guys from the province who are this quality, like provincial level players who can run opposed against the All Blacks. And I was like, bro. So are you saying
sign me up, cousin?
Are you saying the All Blacks need me to come and train with them?
Like the All Blacks?
It's a private session. It'll only be like 1 session, but potentially more. But are you keen to come in and train with the All Blacks? And I was like, bro, say less. Called him to work, bro, because I was working mahi.
Later, bolt.
Later, bolt, bro. Rocked up there, and bro, one of the craziest things that I like that 2011 year was the year we won against France. Remember?
Yes.
8-7. And bro, we blacked out everything in Wellington because New Zealand was where I was at. Bro, I remember going out to the train in my head, bro. All those falling to the level of your training. You know what I was talking about, bro. All the low self-esteem things about my rugby preparation came back flooding to me. Oh, what if they do this drill and I can't throw the pass long? What if they do this and they're going to expose my weak shoulder? You know, this is what I'm thinking. All these insecurities, as I'm going, bro. But I'm buzzing out that I'm getting to do it. But I'm like, what the hell, like, and I'm driving up anyway. I'm still driving there, still doing it. Yeah. Rock up the training, bro. They all get off the team bus and I'm there, bro. And they give you your shirt, your Adidas shirt, and your Adidas shorts to look a part of the team. So I'm there, bro, and they all come out, bro. We trained for 2 hours, cuz. 2 hours. It's preparation for the biggest year of All Black rugby in New Zealand. What do you think we did for 2 hours, cuz? Do you think we did anything technical or anything specialist? What would you consider that we probably would have done that?
Probably if I hadn't talked to All Blacks and shit before. But because I know that a lot of the stuff is just fundamentals and
bro, I was fucking blown away, cuz. When we did an hour of where to hold your hands when you pass the ball, bro. Bro, and then ripped and ripped and ripped and ripped and ripped. And then rip and rip and rip. And bro, it taught me a really important lesson, in life. When you see the All Blacks play, it looks like poetry, eh? When you see them, when you see Damien McKenzie,
they work this thing,
bro. And what they've done, bro, is that poetry can only happen when fundamentals and basics are locked. On lock, bro. You can't cheat that, bro. You can't cheat the fitness. If you haven't done those layers of boring fitness of putting in the mahi, the hours, the running, and try to jump into a marathon and kid yourself because you got the new Nikes, it ain't working, cuz. It does not work like that. And we talked about how you build confidence. It's from putting in those reps. And bro, I was just blown away because we went away and the same shit that we did in that training, they executed, bro, in those finals. We practiced this grubber kick, bro, for like an hour. Like the other half was this grubber kick. And I remember Mills Muliaina, he was like, what are we doing grubber kicks for? And I'm like, cuz Mills, we've seen an opportunity in this World Cup. The best teams, they don't exploit the backfield. The grubber's going to work for us. So everyone had to rip left and right foot grubbers, bro. And I was like, what am I even here for? Were
you kicking grubbers too?
Bro, so I was, like you played. We had the other 2 dudes. We weren't even holding tackle pads. We got chucked into the groups. Bro, so like the standard was not just for the All Blacks. It was for us as well. Like I remember I shanked one because left foot grubber, like, nah, that's not my preferred foot. Bro, shanked it. And I remember Ma's like, I remember him ripping into me, bro. Like, and he's a good mate of mine at this stage, like through Wellington. Yeah. He's ripping into me. Oh, and I was like, hey, like the standards are high, bro, because they maintain the standards high. Coaches give the prescription, they give the general direction,
and the
players hold the standards, bro. And I was like, that's the sort of, if I ever get back into a club again or into start my own business or whatever, that's how you drive excellence, bro, is within. You drive levels within and high standards, and you drive it from within it, not externally. You don't put parameters up and dictate to people. And so same as running a family, a successful family, and raising good kids, and that it's building them so that they're self-driven, so that they're self-motivated, self-orientated, what they're doing. But that comes back to the fundamentals, bro.
And it starts at the head, eh? Like, the All Blacks are the head of the sphere when it comes to New Zealand rugby. Yep. And like, if they're driving if they're driving that aren't in the All Blacks, telling them, what the fuck are you up to? You know what I mean?
And it drives it. You think back there, like you're driving it from the top.
and then it's going to go through provincial, Super Rugby, grassroots footy, back to under fives. And the biggest flaw I found, because I left there and came back to the Reds after that, but the biggest flaw I found was there's a big disconnect between, I was never a Wallaby, but professional rugby and grassroots rugby.
That's exactly what Jeremy Paul said, because he said that like they're not on the same page. Like New Zealand, that's all the same all the way through. Like this is how you train, how it is. But in the Wallaby, you train this way, then it's different style, different all the way. He's like, but like there's a huge disconnect. When the Wallabies were great, it was all the same. You know what I mean?
Yes. Because when we first moved over here, was sort of the brink of that John.
When they were guns.
And that's where it didn't matter if you were playing under fives. The message was the same from top to bottom. But with all, I don't know, the different politics that they have within the code or within the sport, it's separated now, bro. And I found immediately, I knew it. Like I'd come from this disconnected community where John Mitchell was trying to connect Western Force with Wanneroo, with Kalamunda, with UWA. So I was first aligned with the Roo Dogs when I first got over there. But I only played like 2 games, and then I got sent to Shoot Shield after Super Rugby because we ended up playing. But I ended up coming back and playing for UWA, and I won a premiership with them.
Uni.
With Uni before I left. But yeah, bro, there's just a massive disconnect I noticed within the geography and the landscape of Australian rugby compared to what I experienced back then.
Beautiful, because before we get out of here, I've got a couple of quick questions.
Hit me, Kaz, hit me.
All right, Kazi.
I promise I'll keep it short, bro.
No, I got nowhere to be. I just thought, fuck out, mate. I was talking to you before, you know what I mean? Kate, like this has been a beautiful conversation, because I think it's been delicious. It's been, I'm sure a lot of people would take plenty from it. But what's your biggest takeaway from your 2 years as a missionary?
Bro, my love, put it simply in one sentence, my love for Jesus Christ, bro. Like I do CrossFit, bro. I go to a Mormon church. I think I've done all the cults that one can do, bro. And I know lots about it, cuz I know lots about it. And jokes aside, bro, like I know that my faith isn't a cult, but I was able to build a relationship with the man who I deem as my king, bro, and that's my older brother, Jesus Christ. So many people go out there to try to save lives, bro. I just went out there to save my own, bro, save my own soul. And in the doing of it in WA, I was able to help other people, serve other people, and offer spiritual enlightenment, whatever. But really, I came to love my Savior, and that's through the thick and thin of life, bro. And whatever I've gone through, the conditioning of any church and any faith, I've spoken about it with you before. It can leave like marks in you where you believe that you've got to live a certain way or do a certain thing because of the way that you're either raised in that particular thing. But my thing that I lean on isn't all that stuff. I don't lean on any of those conditionings or those things that you get taught. I lean on my love for my Savior Jesus Christ, which has been huge because He's helped me through lots. And like I believe you got to live for some. It's hard to live for yourself. Life's easier if you have something greater to live for. I've got my wife, got my kids, my whānau, but I also have someone who, what I believe is an example of someone who's done it and done it better. And that's the big man, JC, bro. So every year, cuz on Christmas, I'll keep posting happy birthday to my big bro.
Happy birthday, yeah. Cuz, that's beautiful, my brother, and thank you for sharing that. And I'm sure because there's a lot of brothers of the same faith that even whanaungas, even of mine, that listen as well. So sure, if they're on a way to maybe do a mission or thinking about it, maybe you'll call it or help them, choose what to do with that. Or maybe even our Uncle Eli is 18 months.
Bro, he's running it short there because you just did the girls one.
That's what I was saying. It's the aunties one there.
That's why you're half the man, bro, because you only did half the.
Go on now. Because if you could have one kai for the rest of your life, every day you eat this meal. What do you choose? You got to eat this meal every day.
Easy, bro. Easy. Ask my kids this, bro. Mince.
Yeah,
mince, bro. I eat mince. Like you can zhuzh it up with a bit of cheese, bro. Mince on toast, mince on it, bro. I eat mince.
On top or
eggs on top, eggs in it, egg scramble. I don't care, bro. Mince is my go-to. Like I don't care if it's lean, I don't care if it's fat, I don't care whatever, bro. Mince is my jam. I think those years of those years on the grind, sausages and mince dinners, bro. The old, oh, it's mince again. You learn to I love mince.
I've already ate this all my life, can't say fast.
Hard. I think if I could have, if I could choose a sirloin steak, that would be me. But bro, mince is my jam. It's my go-to. It's something that's easy for me. Don't get me wrong. I love leading into a bit of fish and chips and all those sort of cheats. Those things. But for me, easily, bro, I could eat mince breakfast, lunch, and dinner, which I pretty much do, bro. 3 meals a day, every day of the week.
Bit
of salt on it, bro. Bit of tomato sauce. Bit of tea sauce.
The tea sauce. What flavor tea sauce? We get that one from?
Bro, here's a little bit of intel that my wife did. Whatties, bro. They've partnered with Coles. I think it's Coles brand over here in Aussie. And so bro. So the Whatties manufacturers from Hastings or whatever, they have. I think it might be the Coles. It looks like a Whatties, like the tea sauce that you get of the Whatties one.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I think brand. But I think it's Coles brand. Yeah. But my wife, she still buys Whatties, bro. We still order in the Whatties. But yeah, bro, I'm just again, there's probably healthy options that you get out there for flavor, bro. But I'm just easily, made happy, bro, with some mince and sauce, bro.
Solid, Cuzzy. What about superpowers, Cuz, besides the ones you already possess? Or maybe you could even create one because you're a bit of a creator yourself. Which one would you choose and why? If you could.
Ooh. Superpower. I've always said that I would like to fly. Not because I like heights. I don't actually like heights, but it means that I can just save on travel, Save on travel. If I want to go see someone, boom, I could fly there. I've always think that would be a cool one. But yeah, flying's probably the most easy one for me to choose because I once said to my kids I'd like to be invisible, and they said, "Ew, what a creep!"
You can fly away anyway.
Invisible. Bro, the way that I've been carrying on telling you fellas to clean up after yourself seems like I'm invisible anyway. Listen to me anyway. Like you didn't even hear me. I must be invisible.
You must be, my brother.
I'm not even here. Am I even here telling you what to do?
Any pieces of advice for any brothers out there that in a similar situation, because that maybe they, for whatever circumstances, whatever reasons, they've had one game or they just haven't cracked it, cuz, and they're at a crossroads. Like, where do I go now? It's been a while. What do you say to them, cuz?
Because and trying to keep it to the point. There was a time in my life where I was struggling with my footy, and I lent on a mentor. Wasn't anyone specifically that had done it, but a person that I trusted, and I lent on him. He was an uncle, a whānau family member, and I said, "Oh, this is how I'm feeling about my footy career. It's not working out the way it's meant to be. I really feel down. I was down on myself. Felt really hard done by." And I remember this particular person. He goes, randomly, he goes, "Oh, it's all right, nephew. The Q1 building in Surfers Paradise?" And I was like, "Oh, the real tall one. Yeah." And he goes, "Yeah, that's like 100 stories, eh?" It's like, yeah. I think so. It's pretty tall, about 100 stories. And he goes, "Yeah, do you know how deep they had to dig into the ground to get it, to make sure it stays there, that tall?" And I was like, "I don't know." Like, at this time, I didn't really know much about construction, right? Okay. Other than concreting with my old man. I was like, I don't know, it's 30 meters or something. And he goes, 1/3 of the height is in the ground, Neff. So nearly half of the building is in the ground. So whenever you feel as though you're getting down or things are hard or you're at the lowest of lows, you can't go low, you're at the bottom at a wit's end, just remember, bro, that all things that go down got to go up, can come up to higher, can achieve greater. And he goes, so for you to be able to withstand the winds that are going to happen when you are at your physical, at your peak, you have to be in a solid foundation, and you've got to go that low. You got to experience those feelings. You got to know what it feels like before you can ascend high. And then he related how Jesus Christ had been below everybody. And that's the reason why he can ascend above us all, and why we can, if we lean on him, he's our Superman. Hold on to his coattail, he can take us higher, because with him, just like that, going low, having a tough time isn't the end of it. there are great things to come, and you can ascend to higher things. And I believe that I've ascended in my life, ascended to greater heights than what I could have ever achieved just by playing, 100 NRL games or 100 Super Rugby games, purely in the fact that, when I walk in the door, my babies run to me. My missus messages me, bro, and tells me that she loves me. And I think, not that you can't have both of those, but I really know that, you got to taste the sweet, you've got to sometimes feel the bitter. And it can be hard, but it's definitely blessed my life, and I know it can bless others.
Nah, beautiful, brother. Solid for that, Kazi. Give us visualization 10 years from now. What does life look like for Joelin Rapana? Not Jordan, or Joelin.
I'm telling you now, bro, when I used to wake up in the mornings, cold mornings in New Zealand, and see Eli Rapana, bro, sitting there in his windbreaker getting ready to go for his run in the dark, he used to be writing in the book, bro. He used to be reading his the good book, reading the scriptures. And this is a Māori boy from up north. When I used to see him doing that, I never understood that he was visualizing this future that I live for me and my siblings. My dad was writing that in his journals back then. He was writing what he wanted out of life. And I've already got this question answered, cuz in 10 years, I know exactly where I'll be and what I'll be doing. I'll definitely be married. I'll definitely be with my kids, and we'll be happy. Those are a couple of givens there, bro. But I'm pursuing. I've gone back to university, as I said earlier, and I'm pursuing a exercise science degree because I have ambition that when my kids, they're 11 years old now, when they turn 18, they're going to follow in the footsteps of their mum's family. My wife is a Cameron, so her brother's Pero Cameron, the coach of the Tall Blacks.
Oh, beautiful.
Yeah, big P. So my wife's family are all basketball, bro, and my kids are all ballers. They just love basketball, bro.
NBA on ways.
NBA.
WNBA's NBA, see?
My kids will be 21, bro. They'll be just entering the draft. But that being said, because whether they go into they make it that high or whatever, I know that they will want to pursue university, college, just like their first cousins. All the Camerons have done it. All my in-laws have all sent their kids to the States. I don't want to be here in 10 years while my babies are over in America pursuing college. I want to be over there with them, bro. So that's why I'm pursuing my degree now as a 10-year plan, so that I can work in my chosen field and work and travel around and watch my kids play college ball and support them.
Hey, and the MLR, the MLR will be pretty big by then too, probably too, cuz.
Well, Sammy Harris, my mate, is the coach of the Chicago Hounds, and I've been hounding him, bro. I'll be messaging.
I've had quite a few MLR brothers on here.
When that thing blows up, I've seen a couple of the episodes. I was like, when that thing blows up, bro, because I believe America.
With the World Cup coming there too, brother. With the World Cup coming there in in like 6-7 years, whatever it is, 8 years. Yeah.
Well, it's going to be a driving force. America is a sleeping giant for rugby, bro.
And look at even the NRL, cuz what they're up to in Vegas. Up the Wild's going there. See you fellas in Vegas. So
Green Machine will be there too, baby. We're going there next time too.
Right.
So thought I might ask for an extension just for that one game.
Yeah, my brother have a game too. No.
My brother's he's a bit washed up, but he surely can fill a spot of the wing.
Yeah.
But I that's where I envision myself, bro, as in America, doing things within the sports field, exercise science, sports, whether it's training, strength and conditioning at collegiate level. I've already got some networks up there that I'll be communicating with. A fellow you might want to jump on and try to hit up, bro. Michael Davies, bro. Michael Davies. He was 7 years with the Milwaukee Bucks. He's a Māori. Māori fella, grew up here, did his university and went to high school here in Brizzy, and he's just finished up with the Milwaukee Bucks, and he is strength and conditioning. He's the head of athletics for basketball at Brigham Young, good old Mormon school, bro. Brigham Young University, BYU, bro. So he's in a Division I school there, but I've just been holding on to his coattail, bro, and just following his advices about preparation for the next 10 years, like when my baby's at that age.
It's on ways, my brother. Hey, it's on ways, my.
Hey, that's the plan, cousin. If you don't have a plan, you usually things will go the way of any which tide. But I've got a plan.
No plan. If you got no plan, then you
can plan to fail, bro. And so we're sort of putting the preparations in place where even if our kids don't do it, we're at least we're ready. We're ready to move and maneuver and have the flexibility to do that. Cool thing is, bro, we got support and afi from all our whānau, because they know the kaupapa. They know the journey of, if you want to make it in ball, you know, these are usually the steps you got to go about it. And so we're supporting our kids there with that.
We want to see more than just the Stephen Adams over there. We want to see a few more cousins over there. Hey,
Bro,
I
think there's huge, like Polder Winitana's over there coaching. His boys over there. Yeah, Polder, he's over there, former Tall Black. Yeah, there's definitely room. Like being a proud Māori, bro, like I'd like to be the first to.
Because I love NBA too, because I probably love it more than rugby league.
You know what?
About the same.
I said to my wife, I want to be the first Māori strength and conditioning coach in the NBA.
Let's go. There it is, fam. There it is.
Bro, but when I found out that Michael Davies has already done 7 years, I was like, second.
Second.
But I would like to, bro. And then a big push for me is that I'd really love to come home and bring all of that knowledge, bro, all of that kete of stuff that I've learned, bro. And I'd like to bring it home and help my people on my iwi, bro, help them to be better, healthy, help to, if they got all this, if all the iwi got this putia, bro, and they got this coin that
they got this fucking putia.
Why can't we set up training, you know, these facilities that are, and have the resources, the information, the knowledge, you know, set up nutrition programs and stuff like that to help our people to get out of bad habits. How about start trying to change some of those demographics, bro? How about education is the great equalizer there, cuz?
And those iwis got cash, because I know some cousins that made $1 million a year off the iwi. I'm like, come, like, I feed the people.
The people are still eating sausages like we were, cuz. They're still on the mince and sauce diets. But yeah, I would love to, again, when I've been given much, bro, is, you know, go take my gems that I've learned along the way, bro, and then give back to my, not for any particular financial gain. It's to go back and help, you know, help educate, help, I suppose, improve the lives of our people. That's why we came here, bro, is to improve our life, and I believe that we can still improve the lives of our people back home, bro, with all the stuff we learn. And this poddy's one of those ways, bro.
That's beautiful, my cousin. I just want to thank you, cousin, and say time is the most valuable commodity we have as human beings. The one thing we can never get back, as you said before. We can always get back money, things, but time spent is time lost, cousin. So thank you for sharing more than 2 hours of your time with me, cuz. And I hope, you know, many people take value from this as I have, cuz. And also, I just want to say a little a side note on all of that, cuz. But just before this podcast, cuz, I was not feeling too good, and I wasn't ready. I sent you a voice message, and I wasn't feeling up to it, cuz, which is not me. You know, I've done 300 of these, but these haven't felt tiring. You know what I mean? It doesn't feel like mahi. I feel like this is my purpose, was to sit here and do these things, brother, and communicate to people from all over the world and share their stories, and to, you know, in my own little way, try and help our people down the line by, you know what I mean? But honestly, cuz, I didn't feel too good, and I'm not gonna talk about what I was going through exactly on here, but the fact that you heard my voice, cuzzy, and you sent me a video, and when I seen that video, I don't know, I felt an urge to call it all to you, brother, and you opened up your heart, your space, your time to me before the podcast. And then, like I said, you didn't even worry about whether we would do it or not now or whatever. You were just like, cuz, you know, talk to me or whatever. I'm not a counselor, I'm not a whatever. But I just want to thank you, cuz, like, because you actually picked my spirits up, cuz. And you might say it's the bro Jesus. And if it is, shout out to the bro Jesus. But shout out to you too, brother. Old Eli's most famous son. No.
Oh, come on, Eli, I used to get introduced. There was a time, bro, where I used to get introduced in the footy circles. They're like, oh, this is Joel. And this is Raps. Oh, yeah, Raps, yeah, the rugby player, yeah. And then it went to, oh, this is Jordan's brother. Yeah. This is Jordan's brother. Now I've got the bro. This is Joelin, son of Eli, brother.
Son of Eli. Oh, yeah, brother. Thank you so much, my cousin. I appreciate it, cousin. Like, you actually picked me up, my cousin, which is crazy because we don't know each other from a bar of soap, my cousin. But, like, the fact that, you know, I feel like after this corridor and after what we, you know, you listening to me and sharing with me before, I feel like we've made a connection there. You know, if you need me, my cousin, I'm here too, and you know what I mean. You can always lean on me. I feel like I got a brother, even though I just met you. You know what I mean?
Easy.
Big Big love, my cousin. Hey, big blessings to you and the whānau, my brother. And look forward to having some mince on toast sometime, whether it's in America, in the GC, or maybe if you make it back over here to Perth, my cousin.
Yeah, less age, baby.
Thank you so much for watching this full episode of Mind the Mic. It takes a lot of time, energy, and effort to create these episodes. So to know that you've watched and listened to the entire thing means the world to myself and all our hosts. If you could, before you leave, please hit the subscribe button and share this episode out to as many people as possible. It would help us so much. Thank you again to everybody that's still here, still watching. Thank you for all your comments, all your shares, all the DMs. Appreciate you all. Make sure you follow us on every platform. Have an awesome morning. Have an awesome night, depending on where you are in the world. Mind the mic out.
Oi, have you hit the link in bio yet?
Watch full episodes on YouTube or listen on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and all streaming platforms.